continues. I'm your host and tonight's GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table, I have Jess Weaver, Ellen Roundhill, Luke Advinson, and Andy Doporalski.
Hi!
Hello.
Can they stop Tom before he tears the metaverse apart? Time is running out. Masters of the Metaverse, like all of our Zoe programming, is made possible by viewers like you. Check out our Patreon page now to see how you can support this show and other great shows like it. Like Zoe Game Night, it's on Thursdays. You can see us and hear them 6. They've also been doing the most valuable character competition before that starts from Journey Quest, which, did you guys know there's a Journey Quest Kickstarter going on?
What's a Journey Quest?
Yeah, there is a Journey Quest Kickstarter going on right now, and these people really need jobs, so please contribute. I'd also like to take a moment to give a shout out to some other great shows like Dragons and Things, brought to you by the people from Walking in Circles, and those guys are partnered with Paizo. They play Pathfinder, and I hear they even do it well. We also broadcast Table Takes here for Gen Con, and they also do on the Gen Con channel every Friday at 11 a.m. Christian Doyle is on that show. And speaking of shout outs, I want to give special thanks to some of our Patreon backers. Jay Howamek, thank you.
Thank you.
Jay.
Hamish's Drek and Plunder, thank you.
Oh, thanks a bunch.
thanks, Hamish.
Jeff Parrish, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
I thought I could save Jeff.
Did you know that you can affect the game every single week? In addition to our lovely store, which we have right there, right now, you can buy things in it. You can change everything that happens today from that store. Usually we do a lovely little Patreon poll before every episode, but there was some technical difficulties this week, so we're gonna run the Patreon poll during the show and let everybody in chat participate, not
what?
just people on Patreon.
Live poll.
A live poll.
A live
We're
poll.
actually going to be doing 2 of them. I'm going to do one of them now, and then Pax is going to run the other one during the credits here.
Well, I hear that's because she's great.
Pax is pretty dang amazing. You know something else about Pax? Do you know what yesterday was, guys?
What was that?
What was yesterday?
Yesterday was Pax's birthday.
Oh! Shall we?
I think we should.
Happy birthday to you. Ha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Ha cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear
Pax,
Pax.
aka Liz, aka Milkshake.
Oh, you're so great.
Happy
birthday to you. You can't sue us anymore.
And so how about those cute little polls? I wrote 2 of them. They're kind of fun, and both of them will just allow you to give our players a couple of bonuses for today. And I have not included myself in either of these polls because that would be pointless anyway. We all know that. So poll 1, which I'd like to start now, is which Project Metaverse pilot do you think is the most likely to try and save or redeem Tom?
Yeah, we're all looking
Yeah,
at you.
yeah,
We're all looking at you, Jeff.
I want you to vote 1 for Andy James, 2 for Brony Robbins, 3 for Maddox McFernan, or 4 for Wyatt Maxwell.
Redeem Tom.
I
But he's
don't know.
doing the right thing, guys.
Yeah, if we would only just let him, it would all be
Let
fine.
him in.
Sure, I'm sure. I don't know. I
And
think
hey,
it'd be real hard to forgive him.
I know we
for a
just did
couple
the,
weeks ago.
the whole happy birthday thing, but how we actually just directly thank both of our mods. Pax, aka, we could not do this show without you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for everything you guys do. So while that vote is running, how about we start up some credits and let that go.
I love credit.
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the metaverse.
Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the of a secret voice. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse.
Welcome back. I see that you finished that first poll, so while I total up these results, why don't we run the second one I had for you?
Yes.
And this is the other end of the spectrum for you guys to vote on. Which Project Metaverse pilot do you think is most likely to kill Tom given the chance? Same set of answers to choose from.
Do we get to vote?
But who
Yes.
do you
Do we
think?
Do we get to vote?
Absolutely
Are you in chat?
not.
No.
I can chat. I can get on.
But I
chat.
do want to know your answers after the show when they're
Okay.
not watching and listening.
I don't think you do. Oh, Tom,
The
not.
dungeon had a lot of weird spiky leather clothing in it. Papa Borks seemed to recognize most of it, but when the rest of asked, he just blushed and started mumbling about a misspent youth. So we have new outfits, even if Lindsay Bork keeps poking himself with his outfit's shoulder spikes. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad.
Spikes and leather.
Ah,
Andy on
that is true. I am sorry, it is my fault. Andy James
Andy,
is
not
with an
Andy.
I, not a Y.
Oh, it does say Andy James.
Yes.
That's cool.
Oh. Nice.
Ooh.
Does. Raggedy Andy?
Don't you know? I'm
Yes.
a doll.
That is correct. Looks like they're about done with that poll. Looks like it's wrapping up. But hey, while I have the first results calculated, I'm going to go ahead and pass those on to you guys.
That's appropriate.
Wyatt, Luke, yourself, you're going to get +2 to a roll. Just +2 to a roll. That's how much they like you.
Well, that's how much
Well,
they think I'm going to refrain from murdering Tom.
I know. I had to make the vote corrupted. You know, I couldn't make it fair. I mean, really? Like, I would do fair.
Now, in fairness, they asked about the characters, not the actual people.
Ah, see, that's entirely
Yes.
different. And for yourself as well, you're going to look at a +2.
I can do a
Helen,
lot
how about a
with plus
+6?
Okay, I'll
To
take
one
the
roll.
6.
And a +10 and a +1 for Maddox.
But that's a. Thank you so much.
Maddox the Merciful.
two.
But I'm just looking at the other poll winners right now.
Let me take a peek here.
I'll
We
take
have
that +10.
Andy at 9 there, Brony at 5,
Yes.
Maddox at 0, and
0.
Wyatt at 6. Wow, they actually think Wyatt is more likely than I'm.
He's got it
Interesting.
in him. If you ask me, he's got it in him.
All right.
He can do it.
Well,
Well
when
then,
last you saw me.
Miss Andy James, you get 30 bonus health for today.
Great. You're going down. I mean, what?
Boing, boing, baby.
20 bonus health for you, Wyatt. 15 for you, Brony. And no bonus health for you, Maddox.
Okay.
But you're gonna roll so good it won't matter.
Yes. And I'm just gonna kick some butt.
Previously on the Metapocalypse, our heroes learned that the true threat to the metaverse is none other than Tom and his plan to occupy every avatar. This information came from Colonel Jackson, whom it was revealed has the power of future sight. Using this new information, our pilots have raced across metaverses, securing possible Joe's Diner locations that Tom might use to enact his plan. So far, they have secured Joe's Diners of the Weird West, of the Space Princesses of Galaxy Force 5, and reunited with old avatars, friends, and enemies along the way. There are only 3 Joe's Diners left as possible locations for Tom to use in his special Metapod in, and time is running out. The team has divided in order to reach 2 Joe's Diners locations at once. Thomas, Jenica, Crash, and Rosie have went into a metaverse that they have apparently been to before, while you will be going to seeming to have been there before, but if there's something wrong with it, there's something different. Tom, maybe you should have seen it coming. Maybe it's all your fault. How much of what you have done was to serve his ends? Did you really save anyone? Can you even trust this Colonel Jackson person either? It's all a mess. Way too complicated. And you aren't really sure about any of it or anyone anymore. How did you go from simple playtesters to trying to save an entire universe? Seriously, who asked that of somebody? Like, who asked that? That's not okay. Things were already complicated and difficult enough, and now this, it's terrifying. It's insane. But it is happening. And as much as a small part of you wants to run away and not look back, something else just won't let you. Something else keeps telling you have to try. The white light of the metaverse surrounds you, and as it fades, you find yourselves in rather unpleasant circumstances. Joining with your avatars, you feel the flood of memories wash over you. Life experiences, events, moments, thoughts, and feelings. The grief and rage is nearly tangible within your avatar's minds. Bowie, Blinky, Blake, and Betty. Those who once were knights of Borkdom, but no longer. After the horrible events of long ago, the knights left, seeking solace or simply to forget in whatever ways they could. Then something awfully strange happened. The deaths of all the Borks were undone.
Eyebrows. Just eyebrows. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you, Jack.
Not even they remembered what happened to him, but the knights of Borkdom, they did not forget. Worse still, these Borks that returned to life began to show signs of darkness and corruption, a vileness normally not part of Borks. It was only through the miracle of Borksmas that they were guided back to the ways of the Borks. But it has not been so for the Knights of Borkdom. Their memories of those horrible events would not fade. Blinky Bork needed answers, and so he sought the great Bork seer, Borkstradamus. It was from Borkstradamus that Blinky learned the awful truth. The ones responsible for forcing them to kill their fellow Borks, to destroy everything they loved and bring shame and regret forever upon them, were Humies. Vile, disgusting Humies. Humies that possessed their bodies and minds and forced them to do things that they would never do. Upon learning this terrible fact, Blinky swore vengeance on the filthy Humies. Acting alone at first, he soon found that his diminutive size made Humie hunting rather difficult. And so he sought out his other fellow fallen knights. All joined his cause. And the past year they have stalked, hunted, and killed vile Humies across the land, seeking out all the ones they believe to be wizards. Any filthy human with books, or candles, or a robe, or spectacles, or a beard, or a funny hat,
Or a face.
pretty much any Humie at all. Humies are disgusting and need to go away forever. Every last one of them.
Games Workshop's were hit so hard. So hard.
This great Humie city has become your hunting grounds. Terrified to go out by day, the Humies only enter the streets at night in groups, eyes warily watching for hidden dangers. Dozens of the nasty animals have fallen to your traps and hunts. But there are so many more. Surely among them are the ones that possessed you and forced you to kill those under your protection. You will make them pay for what they have done. It is just before noon in the great city. The streets have been mostly deserted during the day once the hunts began. The Humies fearful of encountering the dangerous Borks in the daylight. Well, most of them. One of them fell for your trap. Bony and dirty, half-starved, the pitiful creature must have been so desperate for food to risk venturing out during the day. He even managed to crawl a decent distance after Blake cut his hamstrings. Tears in his eyes, he gibbers in his strange language as Betty climbs up on his body, leering down at him as she raises her nail-studded mallet over her head. There's a sickening crunch as the mallet impacts, and the Humie's pitiful cries stop. The salty red liquid that fills their meaty husks slowly spreads from its dead body. Another victory against the Humies. System shock. we are going to put you full avatar, Mr. Maxwell. And we're going to put you full pilot.
Oh, I know that works.
I'm going to keep you exactly in the middle.
Stuck in the middle.
And you will also be full avatar.
Jesus.
Okay. All right.
Borks,
There's something wrong
the people
with
that
that
possessed you are here. You can feel them. You see them over the bodies of your friends.
one. Especially that one.
Especially that one. Especially. Oh God, it
God.
was me. That was the worst.
You really were.
That's true. You got to take ownership.
And we said $20 for the gift exchange. I cannot believe you spent $100.
I was just trying to express my appreciation. Sorry if I was
You made us all look
overzealous.
bad. You made us all look bad.
Okay.
Next year, gift cards only.
I think that's tasteless and impersonal, but fine, fine.
It's not supposed to be personal. It's Christmas.
See, they've even taken Christmas from us. We wouldn't be having this argument without them.
Well, they did give us Christ.
True. True.
And I'll kill him too.
Hmm.
I hate humans.
Well, that went sideways rather quickly.
Sideways like this body on the ground that we just crushed. Oh, I love doing it.
Yeah, good work, you. Good work. Yes. Now, how do we access these humies that are inside us and crush them too?
I mean, I can always kill you.
Okay, let's not be hasty.
No, let's be hasty. Kill him. No, just the thing above it.
Yes, hit that.
Excellent. So, Betty Bork is going to swing the mallet with nails.
Swing horizontally.
All right, give me a
and launch it at the figure.
give me a
of the-
fighting check from Betty Bork.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm right in the middle, so 2 hours.
I'm going to cheer you on.
Oh, that's so
Kill him!
sweet.
Destroy
Kill him, save
Kill
me.
him.
Kill him, save me.
14 on 14.
It is a great throw, and it passes right through the little insubstantial wispy form that's hovering over the top, hitting
More
the
of
wall
their human
behind
magic.
and doing nothing.
Well, guys, just a thought. They're not full humies because we can kind of see through them. So let's look for humies that we know are definitely humies.
Yours looks more substantial than ours.
You're right. I think you might need to get your eyeballs checked to make sure that we can see and know our targets.
I've got Borky
What?
vision.
Would one of the evil Hume sorcerers be able to make them substantial?
Ooh.
So you're saying capture a sorcerer to do our bidding?
Yes. I think that's what
I was going to do that
Thank you
anyway.
for the birthday song. You couldn't see, but I was about as red as James's devil horns. Hashtag Andy Buff, hashtag Maddox Buff, hashtag Wyatt Buff, hashtag Brony Buff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So back to the murder.
Oh,
Yes, the Humie murder.
Yes, but I actually think this is a grand plan that we have going here. If we could find someone to help us locate where the Humies are, then we could focus on the bigger task at hand.
Methinks the lady doth bork too much.
Yes, it is a little borking suspicious. You're the only one that doesn't seem as thrilled to be killing these Humies.
It's an awfully long sentence without a Bork in it.
Borking forgot about the Borks.
I borked
You borked?
very much.
You borked all over?
Not that
That's
one.
yes.
Yeah,
She
let's-
might not borking be one of us.
No, oh, well, hey.
Barker from the highest bork!
No. I just think maybe we're getting a little too, borking happy over this, death, and we need to just focus more, on killing complete Humies rather than these, wispy Humies.
Ah,
They're not as many, it's not as gratifying, right?
you wish to see the blood flow.
Yes,
That's a
yes,
borking
I
good
love
point.
the red salt.
Yes, yes.
A
More
lot-
red salt for all my
Red
friends.
salty liquid is my favorite. You have the Borking vocabulary that I simply don't, and I'm going to use a meta point. Twing. Oh, we don't have
But
it.
we don't.
No, you don't. You are not using a meta point because
No,
we
we're
don't
not.
have
We're
them.
What the
So
Bork
then-
is a meta point.
You're right. Oh,
I don't
boy.
fucking know it. Sounds like something a human would have, though.
It's a. Let's just find red salty liquid now. Okay.
Maybe we should check your liquid before we go further.
There's plenty of Borking liquid leaking out of this one. You're welcome to Borking drink.
Yeah,
it.
see, you just try a little bit and realize like how great it is that we should go find more and stick to that stuff.
I think that our two Borking plans could merge, because I would like to Borking wrestle a witch or a warlock or steal a sorcerer. And you are welcome to bork as much of his blood as you like, so long as we also make these borking bork ghosts, whatever they are,
Go
possible to
away.
kill.
Kill.
Sure,
Yes.
go away.
Also,
Or
I
kill.
would like to try and loot the body to see if there are any sweets.
Unfortunately, he has no sweets, just rags for clothing, rather smelly and dirty. Clearly starving.
That's the real problem. These humans aren't even making candy anymore.
I tried
That's
to eat
a
the
Borking
sugar
problem.
cubes that he kept inside of his face hole, and they were disgusting and
They
crunchy.
were horrible.
Ah.
They smelled bad when they cracked open.
Oh.
That will stay with me. Thank you for that. Unborking believable.
In your search for sweets, it's at this very moment that almost drifting on the wind, you can smell pastries, fresh baked goods, and you swear you can hear the very, very distant, quiet, mournful singing of a Bork. And we cut to outside the city. Do you mind joining us, sir?
Oh, I have been here the whole time.
It's just afternoon as you slowly guide your wagon into the streets of Pardue. Once a great and thriving city of magnificent architecture, now nearly a ghost town. The people in fear for their lives dare not venture out during the day when the Borks are active. Borks, here, in a city. Such a thing is unheard of. But then violent Borks are also unheard of. Adorable little creatures with the most absolutely delightful jelly-like filling. There is nothing better than toast with Bork jelly with your tea.
Oh, it is the best.
Nothing. Ah, but the hunt. A new hunt. Perhaps even a challenge.
Millennials and their Borkacado toast.
Never before have Borks hunted men or ventured into a city. Perhaps these Borks even contain a new and wonderful flavor within their jelly-filled bodies.
Vengeance.
There is so much to do. Glancing to your dangling cage on your right, you take in the pitiful face of the tiny Bork you have
And
caged
how
there.
are you today, little
Caught
Bork?
using one of your traditional pastry traps.
They're so easy and easy to bake. I'll show everyone how after the show.
It was too small to be worth squeezing out the delicious jelly
It
filling,
was only like this big.
but not too small to keep around to experiment and study. Once you shaved that pesky little beard
It
off.
was there, just a little tiny. He had the longest beard, and I just snip, 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 and it was gone.
Pulling the wagon to a stop in front of the address of your summons.
Have you forgotten the true meaning of Bork's Mars? Or at least not being a murder Bork? Come on, guys. Want award pilot for Wyatt and Brony hashtag personality.
Yeah, the little Bork in the cage, he told
Want
me
George
all
Pilot?
about Borksmith. He told me all about it. Good times.
You cannot help but ponder the wonderful sweets and delights you will be able to make from these unique Borks.
Yes. I will begin leaving a candy trail.
You can gargle Mel my Borks.
Like looking at me.
The councilman shuffles out of the house, warily taking just a few steps, looking around, very afraid. Are you the Bork hunter?
Why are you cowering?
There are Borks about.
So I have heard. That is why I am here. I, as you may have gathered, am the Bork Hunter.
So you'll save us?
From the Borks.
Yes.
These are the same Borks that have been, you know, terrorizing the whole countryside and killing all of the peoples.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I will help you. But as you well know, my price is steep.
We'll pay it.
What is steep?
We'll pay it. Whatever it is, we'll pay it.
Very well. You will be getting an invoice from the Bork Hunter.
Actually, it runs through my subsidiary, Bork Industries.
I'm going to eat you on Wonder Bread.
Cutting back to our Borks, you can clearly smell fresh baked pastries on the wind. You've not smelled them in this city in some days since your initial
We
murders.
will be reopening every bakery in town starting right now!
And you can definitely hear a mournful, quiet Bork singing. Very, very quiet. It should be a happy song, but whoever this Bork is, they're singing it in the saddest little voice.
Oh, look, I love it when he does this. Sing, if you rattle his cage, he sings louder.
On my board,
There you go.
pretending I'm not working.
Oh, isn't that cute? Saddest thing you ever heard. Oh,
I work alone till morning.
oh.
Don't we
Without
all?
board.
They are so borking cute.
His world would bork on turning.
He can't bite my finger. I pulled out his little toofers so long ago. You don't want them biting. But he will sometimes suckle your finger if you put some sugar on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at you.
I work
Want to suckle the finger? Here, I get it.
every night I'm working. Only work, I've only been pre-working.
And it is a sad, sad song you can hear in the distance of the streets. Most certainly a Bork.
Now, if you will excuse me, Councilman, I have strudel to bake.
Of course. And the Bork hunter sets off.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ciao.
I would like to make a borking skill check to see if I recognize the voice of the Bork.
Absolutely. You can make a Borking skill check for that.
I Borkin failed that. I borked that right.
You
I'm
just
also
not sure.
going to- I'm like, because I. Oh, I made it.
Oh, yes. You know, being as Blake Bork once judged all of the talent shows for Borks, you have heard virtually every Bork sing.
It's working
and
true.
you
They're
also
all
have,
working terrible.
You also have perfect pitch, which you're not afraid to tell anyone, and the recognition of
I have perfect pitch for a Bork. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's not oversell
It is
what Andy
most
can do.
certainly
Thank you.
Billy Bork, the littlest Bork, the only survivor from the village.
It's Billy Bork, the littlest Bork, the only survivor from the village. He repeated.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Thanks someone else for making the Gargamel reference. Jeez. You didn't catch the Gargamel my Borks? You German bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been Osriel.
Oh no! It's Billy Bork, the littlest Bork.
Is
We
there an
should
echo?
Bork and save him. And Borking Bork his captor.
What song is he borking? Do I recognize it?
No, it's one of the lovely happy work songs that Bork sing, but,
But
it's
it's
not
sung
very
sadly?
happy. Yeah.
He's under duress. He's using the skills we taught him in Bork camp.
Ah.
Who put him in a dress? Sorry. Under
I
dress.
don't, want,
Never
I
mind.
don't want to talk about it. He lost a bet. He knows what he did.
That was Billy's old choice, and that's fine.
I can't believe he went out there on his own. I told him, Billy, don't be a hero.
Well, I don't particularly care about him at this point, but I wouldn't mind getting my hands on those pastries.
I do like pastries. For some reason, more all of a sudden. Is that weird?
What do you think is in the pastries? Is it some more of the red juice, the red salt?
You know what? Maybe it might be, but I think we should be really careful because if I'm not mistaken, that Borks song sounds very sad, and I don't think Borks would be sad around pastries. Right?
Also, you're not supposed to sing it Borkapella.
So
Yes, without
Very
proper
weird.
accompaniment. That would be a
Yes.
Borking travesty.
the smell is fantastic, but something's not quite matching up. So let's proceed.
What are you insinuating?
That I'm going to have my Bork bow on handy.
Ah, yes.
All right.
Yes, because violence.
What's my Borky? Oh, I got a razor blade.
You have a razor blade.
Axe.
Yes, and I've always got my magic poison wand.
I'm a Borkin machine.
So I say, let's follow the sad song with caution.
Anyone else hear wolves? It seems ominous.
Yes, yes. Fortunately, the Humies have proven woefully inept at training Borking wolves.
It's true, and the wolves are also full of the red goo.
It's true.
Yes. Proceed.
So many options. Yes.
Did you see that little white fuzzy wolf with the bow? Oh, I killed the hell out of that. It was a fun day.
Are there squirrels or chipmunks nearby?
Unfortunately, you have lost your connection to nature, so you don't know. Animals of all types avoid your presence.
They
Are
even
there
avoid us. They avoid
rainbows
us.
or-
Got it. Great. I could.
Roombas nearby then?
Unfortunately, now we are a few hundred years before the creation of anything along those lines,
okay.
including, electricity.
Well,
So
that's
nature-
not quite correct.
The use of
Using
it.
yeah.
So nature-based Roombas.
Before we discovered electricity, it was fucking rainbows
there.
that came out of the sky.
Okay.
Or as the people of this age refer to it, magic.
Magic.
To the
What
goo.
about
To the goo.
an attack from above?
What did you have in mind?
I just saw,
You want a Bork whacker?
remembered somehow that I achieved flight.
What?
Oh.
That is not a Bork ability somehow.
Oh, yes, Miss
maybe
James, you are not the
attack
same as you
is-
once were.
No, I feel different now.
Do you have wings?
No, but I can fly. So, oh, damn
That
it.
seems
a
I
strange
would want to be
development.
closer to. I would want to be closer
This
to
is some kind of
Andy.
self-help Bork shit.
I'm just saying, we could fly above them and Borking drop a Bork on top to like.
Well, if we're dropping a Bork, you're the best Bork to drop, so why don't you just fly
I
up
am
and
the
drop?
I could do
Well,
that.
let's
Okay.
wait. Once again, let's proceed with caution.
What's that?
Oh, my Borking friends,
It's that really dumb thing where everything goes so Borking slow you lose your mind.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait, who's the strongest Bork?
Let's Bork caution to the wind.
Betty
Yes.
Bork is
I
clearly
am
the
biggest
strongest
Bork
Bork.
that ever borked.
Okay, well, I am wondering, and I put my nose up and I go to smell the smell, hear the
It
song,
seems
where's
to
in what
have
direction?
moved, and it's definitely faded substantially from where you smelled it last. It's moved away from you for sure.
Okay, I would like for you to grab me by the hips and Borking power bounce my Bork bubble bottom so I can bounce up and try and see in which there's a clearing and maybe there's the pastries that we can see in which direction we should go.
That Bork's out.
That works
yeah.
out.
Can you?
All right, give me an
Sounds
athletics roll, please. Or a Borking roll, whichever you would prefer.
Oh, definitely.
They are the same. Aye,
I like that.
aye.
Beat it by 5? It is quite the bounce. You slam Bowie down with full force and up into the air over the top of these buildings and their little clay and thatch roofs. You can see the little clock tower and the church steeple, and in the distance headed towards the docking area where they bring in their boats and the Humies offload their smelly animals. You can see that little wagon, the little plume of pastry smoke almost visible coming out of the back, just disappearing around a warehouse corner, and you swear you see the tiniest little Bork in a cage. hanging on the wagon side.
To go, so I could boom, boom, boom.
And then
boom,
back
boom,
down.
boom, boom, boom. And then after the,
After the dozen or so bounces, when you
Right.
finally settle,
Bork from above! Bork from above! Bork from above!
Which would now be a good time to actually pitch another.
okay,
Death from above.
my
Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Borkiest, Bork and friends, a wagon. We need to look for a wagon.
Like we
Okay.
need one. Like it. I mean, we
There's-
passed a bunch.
No, I saw a wagon in the distance near the dock. The dock where those hoomies come and they drop off their stuff and all their wickedness and bad hoomies, right?
Ah,
Angry.
And that's where they're keeping the pastries.
It's in
And
a
the
wagon.
littlest Bork.
There's a Bork in a little cage. The baby Bork.
You're starting to bork like them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it is because they are possessed by the ghost of a
Well, there's no.
Any of us could be suspect.
all of you do have one of those little things floating over you, and you can't see yourselves.
I
But
can't see mine,
the
so I
other
don't
three
believe
most
exist.
certainly do.
Now, all I'm saying is, regardless, the Humie still Borking deserves to die.
Okay.
Well-
Can we
what
all
is the
agree on this?
likelihood that
Oh
I
yeah.
can just like
Bork with you right there, buddy.
dribble my friends along as we
Oh.
fly above, just wreaking borking
Oh,
destruction.
She always makes
in
these
the
Bork skitball
streets.
jokes.
Bork skitball dribbling.
Well, free agent season has been thrilling.
What would I need to do to make that happen?
What exactly are you trying to do, my dear?
I'm trying to fly along and bounce my Borkin friends along.
That
the
would put you
Borkin
out in the
street.
open. Meaning every single one of these dirty, filthy humies would know where you are.
Every one of these dirty, filthy humies is terrified to come out of their home.
Because you've been stalking and hunting them, not walking proudly through the streets where your tiny little 18-inch forms could easily be stabbed.
I'm flying. Flying. They can't see
We're
me.
not.
I'm bouncing you.
Right, we're then in the open for large periods of time. Not
Indeed.
under our own control.
Yes, and if you die, so does the humie that floats above your head. I don't see a downside.
Do we know that for sure?
No.
I think we need a little bit more Bork before
It
we
was
make
a
that.
borking theory, okay? I
It was a
willing to bork
Borking
like that.
educated guess. If it was a Borking theory, it would have something to back it up.
Oh, who's a borking
Quit misborking
scientist
theory.
now?
Like,
All I'm saying is I don't understand the Humie magic either. I don't want to risk us dying for nothing. We're not at least killing Humies. I mean, that would be just pointless.
Right. Cause
and
murder.
what kind of weapons do the Humies have in this time frame?
Oh, spears and bows and arrows.
So piercing is that's not good. That doesn't. We don't do too well with the piercing.
No.
Pitchforks, torches, they'll try anything. They don't seem to realize some of them that you've run into, the Bork immunities. Some of them have tried to hit you and kick you and step on you, and it does almost nothing.
It only makes me stronger. I made that up. That's
Not one of them has yet to figure out that stabbing you is the best method.
Let's Bork it that way.
But so far, you have chosen isolated targets and hunted and stalked them rather than being out in the open. And it's kept them terrified enough that
Bork refuge.
more and more of them separate and get out on their own, and it's like a never-ending supply of humies to hunt and kill. When they're organized and in groups, they're dangerous.
How fast
But
are
alone,
How fast are we at killing
guerrilla Bork
in general?
warfare.
it takes all four of you a couple of minutes to kill a humie.
Okay,
Usually.
so we can't just
I
kill
mean, they're
our way
pretty
to the
big
wagon.
compared to
Yeah.
you.
I was hoping.
I mean,
Believe
if
me,
you
I
can
was
get them
hoping.
on the ground, it's fairly easy for Betty to kill them with her mallet once you get them on the ground.
Yes, unfortunate, but them's the Borks.
I have eye Bork on my hands.
But you know, all kinds of great things have worked. Putting nails through steps so that they step on them and then fall down the steps are great. Trip wires and all kinds of lovely things.
Ah, like our hero, Kevin McBorkester.
And you've become really good
Oh
at
my
using
God.
that razor blade axe to get the lovely little tendons behind their ankles. They just collapse every time you do that.
First
It's
I play
great.
with Judge, then I play with Mom. Now I play with you.
Is the human that we just sacrificed He's
He's very dead.
very dead, yes, and he's
Can
wearing.
we wear his skin as a suit?
Is he?
4 Borks in a human suit.
Oh,
4 Borks in a human
that's
suit.
not where I
4 Borks
wanted
in a
to
human
go
suit.
with this.
Bork man!
Bork man. And
he's-
I'll form the head.
Hey guys, I think that this is just. It's really a great plan. You guys
It's
are
really a great plan.
It's a great plan, but I don't think 4 of us can fulfill a human.
He's pretty skinny.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll fall for it. They're really stupid.
He's wearing clothes.
They keep protecting their young.
He's wearing rags.
You have all come a long way since the last time you were here. Remember what you felt last time. Time to be the heroes you always were. Don't let Tom make you who you fear you are. Hashtag MetaPoint.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Burning one right now.
I don't want to go back.
You wanna go back.
Should I not? No. What?
I'm
The
just
Bork
saying
in me
we
wants.
can't do anything more horrible to him than we've already done.
The
so
Bork
we
in me
might
likes the
as well
frosted
make ourselves a Hume meat suit.
Well, I just was thinking that instead to
Meet
be.
suit, meet cute. This could be a story.
Oh, guys, I think it's really important that we try and go save Baby Bork. Okay, I'm all down for
But how
getting.
are we
All right
going
then,
to
let's
get
climb in the
there?
let's climb in the human and get going.
No, climbing in the human. We can't climb in the human, because then what if we want to kill ourselves? If we're in a
I don't
He's
wanna-
already dead. I
I
can
said she
work
can
and
fly.
figure out that he's already dead.
We'll look like a flying human. Now we'll fit right in.
Look, I think we're missing the most
A flying,
important thing.
lumpy human.
We're sitting here borking arguing about skilling a human and
First we should
riding it as a
dispose.
meat suit,
Okay.
while there are borking pastries that are getting away right now.
Bork.
So let's set aside this for right now and get some borking sugar.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Let's take some thread from the cloth and just go doop-a-doop-a-doo in the trees, so while it's broad daylight, no one can hunt us. Okay? I'm all about the sugar and the red liquid. It's
We're
great.
sowing the trees.
No, his clothes. He's wearing rags, right?
He's wearing
so
rags.
they're all torn up. So we can take the rest of the scraps, tie them together, and go tree to tree.
We can't just bounce tree to tree?
Yeah,
We
we
very
can
much
just
can bounce
tree to
tree
tree.
to
We don't
tree
need
to
the
tree.
But
scraps.
there's not
Okay.
really trees to bounce from.
No.
So
I
I'm
thought we were in a
sensing
forest.
reticence to make
No, you are in a
meat.
city. In the city.
God, I thought we were in a forest.
we're in the
No.
city.
You've
No,
abandoned
I-
your
I-
forest
I-
dwellings for a completely urban environment.
Let's bork an
full
Uber.
of humans.
Okay,
Or I guess an old blur.
we're in a
Okay.
city?
Well, as much
Yumi
as
City.
city at this point.
City.
Let's swim through the crap in the middle of the street.
Hey!
Quickest way there. It's connected everywhere.
They'll never suspect it.
They might.
Ah.
Wait, humans have 4 limbs, and there are 4 of us. We could each control a limb and walk along,
Weekend
and
at
no one would
Borky's.
notice, and then nobody would have to climb inside the Hume.
We can make it look like he's holding us, like he captured us.
Ah, he would be
She
a
could
hero.
fly, holding him up,
Holding his head.
and we would just all be in his arms,
Yeah.
basically corpse towing him. Bork.
Okay, forgive me for being obtuse.
No, you're
One
fine.
broken question.
Okay.
Why?
So,
So,
that we can travel through the city unborn
people will think that we're but they might gang up and think that he can't handle those 4 Borks. But we keep thinking he can't. They can't. We're too good. Let's just go get some pastries.
Let's go down that road. One
That
other
literal
quick-
one road.
Yes,
Okay.
the one.
Let's join hands. We're off to kill the Bork Slayer.
Oh wait.
You remember Joe's, right?
Yes, of course I do. I'm trying to think that the wagon is near that.
Okay, cool.
What are you
Thank you
working
and
on?
welcome back.
It's a delicious smell. It
Yeah,
might be
I
coming
know.
from Joe's. I know it's his wagon, but like,
I
you know.
don't understand what you...
And Metapoint used.
Joe's.
Okay. Just so we're all clear.
I hate myself.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much. You are full of self-loathing right now.
I also really want a pastry.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
I want vengeance and a pastry and a nap.
In that order.
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
God, this is
Pastry, then vengeance,
awful.
then
It's
nap,
like wearing
then
wet
vengeance,
underwear on
then
my
pastry.
soul.
Okay, so
Yeah.
are you guys past the dead human corporate walking through the street? Are we past that? You guys are good. Okay,
What are we
great.
doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. It's very hard to convince you guys when you're talking about inhabiting dead humans.
Borks. What?
Thank you. God bless it. Okay.
yeah.
But how do we go? How do we move?
Well,
I
why don't we can go through alleyways and under the cover of the city.
Mhm.
We can jump in through like trash heaps and whatnot.
During the daylight hours, the city is fairly abandoned because of people being terrified. The only ones who do go out are either completely desperate or stay in large groups.
Oh God, and they're terrified because of Borks. Jesus, what did we do?
What did we do? We did what we
I
did, and
know,
then
I
we
know,
did
I know,
what,
I know, I know.
and then
What
they
you
did
guys
what they
did.
did.
Yeah, I know. Not my best day.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, let's do what we can to redeem our. Let's go rescue that little Bork.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
maybe eat a pie or 7.
oh, just pastry's happening, one way or the other.
And I do.
We'll have earned that pastry.
I do crave some salty juice. I don't.
Maybe we should. We'll have to work on that. Okay.
Maybe just on the
We make
pastry.
things out of wheat flour.
So, littlest orc, find the Joes.
Yeah.
Littlest
Get the hell out of here.
Dorkborg.
Dorkbork? Bork? Billy.
Billy
Billy the
Oh,
Dorkborg.
Yes.
Yeah.
The things we did in front of him.
Yeah.
I touched my Bork brows again.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
God, the police are gonna find me.
Yeah, I don't working foresee this lasting the duration.
This is.
But it's been delightful.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I bet Billy Bork would love shows. All the milkshakes he can eat.
Not a bad call.
See, and maybe somehow we'll redeem ourselves slightly in his eyes.
We'll cover the tip. And we'll order him a pie.
There you go.
Is there a loose leaf on the ground? Any dead leaves anywhere?
Some very scattered bits, you know,
I
being
say
dragged
we
in by
just-
wagons and
I
boots
say
and the
we
like. But
just
keep in mind, you have
carefully
no
leave through the
connection to
city.
nature.
We
None.
can.
I can't even pick up a leaf.
Nope,
You can,
burns
but
your hand.
it is not
Does
anything
it
more
burn
than-
my hand?
No, it's just like a human picking up a leaf. You have no connection
It does
to
if it's
nature
on
anymore.
fire.
I don't need a connection. I need cover to walk through the city.
I say.
Do we have dead
The
leaves?
13-inch leaf.
Our tumbleweeds.
walking through
Our tumbleweeds.
No,
come
I
in
just
this
love
area.
the image
No,
of
okay.
it's the Borks coming to Dunsinane. You know. Sorry.
I was gonna say there's a slight breeze, right? Leaves wisping through the streets.
I mean,
Maybe it's our
I've got
chance
stealth.
to
Do
get
you have stealth?
a little bit. Oh no, I got stealth.
Oodles of stealth.
It has
Yeah,
been at
remember
this
the
point well over an hour since you first heard the
Oh.
mournful
Well, he's
sound
dead.
God.
of Billy, and now at this point you can smell the beginnings of pastries being baked all over the city.
Oh,
no.
All the
We're
places
going to
that
lose
you
our
first
trail.
started smelling them from when you first came into town before they closed down from the murders, it's like they're all making pastries again. Every single one of them.
Here comes the baker with his tray like always.
The
Lay-
same old porking rolls to sell.
Thanks, Bill.
Are the houses
Oh, the house is
Betty,
made up.
Betty.
are the houses do they look edible?
Not
The house
particularly.
great, perfect.
You
as
did
long as
Any
they're
try.
not
house is
there.
edible if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
You have tried to eat a variety of things in these hummy places. Some of them because they smelled good, but a lot of them are not.
What is this Play-Doh?
particularly good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Salty.
It tastes
The worst
salty,
thing so
yeah.
far was that stuff they drink, that beer. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
But it does make these bubbles in my tummy, and that's kind of funny. Because they come back up.
Or sometimes not.
Okay. We need to get going. I think a fresh batch of pastries is suspicious to me. Do you guys smell that? The
Yes,
smell
I
was
smell
here,
all
and then
of
it went
that.
away, and now it's here again.
All of that.
Okay? let's go. Let's roll. I don't have a leaf. I don't have a 13-inch.
Borks, roll out.
You could have had a weekend at Bernie's, body,
Yeah, I
but
was
you,
gonna.
you
A
kiboshed
weekend at
that, so
Bernie's.
fine. Let's
we
go.
Still could.
How late is it now?
Oh, it's probably about 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, let's go. while we
Still
still have the
relatively-
sun.
Okay.
Relatively right. It's in the hours
So,
where people
wait,
try to
wait,
hide
patter,
for the
patter,
most part.
pit, pit, Berkey, patter,
Which is
patter, pit.
also weird that these pastries are being made at a time when the humans tend to hide inside their little houses and cower away from you.
So
So you're just heading towards the nearest smell of pastries?
I
that
would
be?
like to. We
let's-
know where she had.
The last
sighted
she
them.
had saw, what you disappeared at that point.
That
Okay.
direction.
So I would like to stealthily move that way, but also make a streetwise roll on Wyatt to see if I can track the wagon
Yeah,
from there.
what's the furthest pastry smell from the last party was seen, basically? Yeah.
All right then, give me relevant rolls, please. And anyone else who is attempting to be stealthy along with Blinky Bork, please let me know.
Hit streetwise, dead on.
All right.
I beat stealth by 5.
And
Oh,
beat stealth by
dear.
3.
Beat stealth by 3, beat it by 5,
12.
Beat it by 7.
beat it by
Beat
7,
it by 4.
beat it by 7. The tiny, stealthy little Borks set out, moving, creeping along, heading in the direction of where you saw last. And about halfway there, you come across the first one of these old bakeries that has restarted its ovens. You can smell the sweet smells of inside. Something is in the oven there. Cherries. So
How many people are in the
wonderful
building?
smelling. It is hard to say.
No, don't kill. But cherry pie.
A
Cherry pie is also red on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I could murder a cherry pie.
Yes, but your macros will be completely off and ill balanced. Just think about your health and moving. Just fight the pie. Fight the pie. Fight the pie.
All right. That's,
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna use this body to its fullest. I'm eating everything. Because when I get back to the other piece of crap, ooh. Seriously,
I understand that, but
it's like living inside a lamb shank. It's terrible.
so we're at the bakery. And
You're at a bakery.
at a bakery, and this is
It
just
smells
the first.
really good.
So
yeah.
so it's currently working. There's
Oh
people
yeah, they've
working.
definitely started it. You know, whatever it is, it's probably not done. These humans
I was
are
gonna say,
so
is there-
slow when it comes to baking these goods.
Is there a chimney?
Oh yeah,
Do
smoke.
we see smoke?
Oh
Potato
yeah,
in
smoke
the chimney?
coming out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I'll rush out. Then we can kill them. No, but
Are there
then we can take the
We can
pies
take the
without
pies.
killing them.
Are there any
That's a good
holes or
compromise.
like creeks that we can like maneuver around the house, just like explore?
You could
that?
take a peek around the grounds of the house and maybe try and find a way into this
well,
building or
I
house.
can't catch fire, so I'm gonna take my Bork ass up and plug the chimney.
I'm going around the house.
Give me a borking check.
No, Bork, you better Bork and believe it. Oh, I beat it by
You-
13.
You bounce straight from the street to a perfect landing right in the chimney. Boom. And it's nice and warm, you know, it tingles.
Nothing but net.
I
And
know.
your little Bork butt smells like
Give me an
ordinary pie.
investigation or notice roll, please.
please.
I know we're being stealthy, but that was working incredible.
I'm gonna do notice, so then I can beat it by 1
By one, there is an open window in the back.
in the back.
With smoke coming out of
The
it.
wooden shutters are open, and at this point, a small trickle of smoke has started to come out of it, as though the chimney has been clogged up inside the building.
Oh goodness.
Can you hear a little bit of coughing and hacking? It sounds like children.
I was gonna say, is it a small voice coughing and hacking?
Oh yes,
or is
definitely
it
sounds like children, and maybe one of the bigger adult humies.
Okay, so I'm just peeking, and I'm gonna. Psst. There's a window.
I am going to mimic a
Is that
child
on?
saying, "Fire,
Does
fire,
the
get
fire
out."
Drop down my balls.
Ooh, give me a
Oh,
borking
yes.
check, Blake Bork, with your voice mimicry.
I beat it by 5.
Oh, all of you hear the childlike, humy voice that you have come to know that Blake can replicate.
I imitate children perfectly.
yelling out for fire and yelling for the people to get out. There is a panic sound from inside, and you can hear them moving towards the door. And as it flings open, 3 little human children and a human woman come running out. Covered
Quickly!
in flour, they have aprons on.
Quickly! The pies are unattended!
To the pies!
To the pies!
So we jump through the window.
You leap through the window. There's obviously an oven type unit. There's a bunch of smoke rolling out from it right now. The chimney on it is clearly blocked. You can see a couple of pies baking, the juices and cherries bubbling over the pastry crust.
Okay.
They smell amazing.
You're fireproof. Just grab them. Let's get them out there.
Okay, first I'm gonna go to the
Maybe
kitchen and I'm
poison.
gonna grab a wooden spoon or spatula or something and put it up the chimney.
Ow!
So you can help come down. Grab the spoon and I'll pull you down.
Right in my bark hole. Is the chimney
I'm
close enough for me to
trying to
grab the
help.
spoon?
Not particularly, but you can see, the chimney down below you.
No. I'm just gonna.
You might build
bork
a,
it up.
yep. Vroom. Give me a borking check.
Looking down the chimney.
I borked it by 5.
He squeezed his butt in his belly and you wiggle, and then boom, pop out of the oven, knocking one of the pies out and it
No!
lands.
No!
You kind of catch it tumbling and it lands on top of your head. Cherries and goop oozing down. It is amazing.
We're on the chimney.
I want the cherry and the cherry goop.
There's still another one of them up there.
Ooh.
Cherry.
Full another pie.
Okay.
Untouched.
Untouched.
Mm-hmm.
Check for traps.
I was gonna say
Still cooking in the oven.
it's in the oven.
Yeah, that open oven that he
Yeah.
just
Oh,
popped
good,
out of.
good.
He knocked
Oh.
one of them out, but the other one is still up there in that oven cooking. The cherry juice bubbling out of the top of the pastry crust.
Okay.
Check for traps.
Using my borking athletics, can I balance on top of the spoon so I can see into the oven to
Sure.
see if there's any traps?
Sure.
You're gonna get a spoon up your bork hole. That's
I've
not
got feet that I'm going to use. Oh, well, I'm going to balance. I guess I could just bounce, but now that I stated that I want to balance on a spoon, I want to balance on a spoon.
Excellent.
Because spoon balancing is now a new skill of mine.
It's
And,
in the
beat it by
board
6.
Vortex.
Yes.
You balance, and it looks like an oven where they bake pies and pastries. There's wood fire in it.
Yes, but can I reach the pie from
Oh,
here?
quite easily.
Okay,
It's right
so
in front of you.
I'm just going to pull it down.
It's really hot. I mean, it would burn flesh if you could burn, but you don't burn at all.
We don't burn.
So I pull it
Doesn't
down.
even singe your fur. It's nice and warm. The juice is still bubbling on the top. It takes everything you have, not to just like smash your face in the pie the instant you pull it out.
I know that.
I'm gonna go. I didn't. I've already got my face in a pie. So.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring it with us. Unless we just want to eat everything now and then keep going.
Well, yes.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so I would like to bounce and then swan dive into the cherry pie.
Should we check the pie to make sure that it's on the up and up
What
in
was
any
the-
way? Like
It smells amazing.
I know it does, but I can resist a little bit. I want to check the pie to make sure it's okay to eat in some way. Like,
I mean, you've already
Make
consumed
sure
quite a
that-
bit of that first one.
well, my mouth was open. What am I gonna do?
Let's make sure it's not full of thumbtacks and we can't be.
Yeah, I don't want to
from
be
the inside.
borked from the inside.
The one that's all over you has nothing but the cherries and the lovely juice and the pastry crust. It was a little underbaked. It wasn't finished yet.
It had a soggy bottom.
Mm-hmm. It had a soggy bottom.
pies. I would like to use my poison-making
Bork
skills to
Hollywood
make
would be
sure
so
that there
Bork
isn't
Hollywood.
anything poisonous.
You happen to be an expert in poison, Blinky Bork.
Beat by 2.
There are no poisons in it that you can tell.
No
it
poisons
seems
I
to
can
be
see.
very, very wonderful cherry pie. It's delicious.
Yep.
You
I
don't
think we're
need a
good.
warrant.
I'm going for that swan dive.
And
No.
from the top
No,
of the
I'm
oven, you swan dive. Cherries and a little bit of the juices and goop splatters up across the room as you land into it.
My cherry boy.
And before long, all 4 of you are covered in cherries, pie filling, and pastry
You
dough.
look like that possum that snuck into the page.
And it doesn't take long for Blake to track down the sugar bin, and then there's a big pile of sugar all across the floor. Faces full of it. devouring it.
Porky
So
Montana
lost in the
over
moment
here.
that you almost don't hear the approaching footsteps outside.
Wooch stops?
Wood stops.
Wooch stops.
Not bush stops.
I hear approaching footsteps.
Cheese it. It's the Bork and Humies.
Ah, Bork, right back out the window.
Popping towards the window, you see that the entirety of the house is surrounded. There are humies with torches and pitchforks, clubs and sticks and spears and bows and arrows.
So I'm only scared of like 3 of those things.
Staring
I know
at
what
the
to
house.
We all cram ourselves up the chimney, and then we blow some flour down there, which will cause an explosion, popping us way up, and she can fly us the hell out of here.
I am all for this Borkin plan.
That
It's a
sounds
good
fun.
Borkin plan.
And we could, yes. Okay, it's a great
The
one.
Bork cannon.
The
I
Bork
would
cannon.
really like to, you know what, I'm going to use some meta
Believe
points
it
in
or Bork.
you know.
Oh,
Meta points used. That's
Meta
2
points is-
down.
I'm sorry, I really feel like I need to be real close to that ability to fly to make this plan work.
Good call.
And,
and-
super strength.
Before
Is that? Did you want to go towards Andy
Tyler
or
or-
Bork?
I wanted to go towards Andy, thank you.
Excellent.
No, that would have been really good.
I was like, oh god,
And
we're
then
back to Murderville.
we're all murdered. Yeah.
while they start to get this plan going, I would like to go to the kitchen to investigate some tools that maybe I could bring with
Is the
us.
whole thing a kitchen?
Yes,
It's
the whole
just
thing
one
is
big kitchen.
basically
Okay,
a big kitchen.
where all the utensils are. Knives.
All kinds of primitive
toothpicks.
baking equipment.
Okay, sharp.
Some of
Anything
it.
sharp?
Do we want sharp?
No, we want to get rid of it and hide it.
Let's equip bear claws.
I was gonna say I would like to.
Borking hell!
The Bork?
What was that? Was it the
I don't know. Something
something, Bork?
something popped.
It might have been.
Something
Might have
popped.
been the things you're using
Or on the
for
west
eyebrows.
coast, so did.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
I would like to take the knives and anything sharp and while they're planning this and like is there a spot under the floorboard where I can hide the sharp stuff? The pokey stuff?
Give me another notice check. You are digging around for a place to hide pokey stuff. I love that descriptive term.
I'm gonna grab a piping bag. I'll
Two.
find a use for it.
10.
I'm sure you will.
What'd you say? What check? What?
Notice.
Oh, beat it by 4.
Beat it by 4. There are none of the floorboards you can find that are particularly removable, but you do find a secret little compartment in one of these shelves, and in it is a bottle of that foul-smelling human liquor.
Oh. We know
Wait
that
a
that's
second.
flammable,
they'll-
Yeah, we
right?
know it's flammable.
Okay, well
We're
then
gonna really Bork cannon the hell out of here.
Okay,
This is
It's
gonna
time
be good.
For a Molotov.
grabbing that,
Bork tail.
grab that, and
Bork
woo.
So here's the thing. Whatever energy gets imparted on us will continue. So it'll be relative to whatever else is there. Let's load this place up with everything metal we can find. Borknell.
Murder boards.
Hey, they're
Back in
trying to kill us.
action.
Well, maybe let's
Murder
not.
Borks.
Yes.
I want to though. I really want to.
Let me just say, A for effort.
Mm.
Wonderful
Effort
You
thought.
doesn't
spell
start
poorly.
with an A.
Yes, but no.
He
Let's-
dropped out of Bork
Let's
school.
just Bork out of here.
All right.
Can I hide the knives on the roof? Can I hide them on the roof?
Why would you hide that? We're not coming back.
I will, but there's still other forks.
Where? There's one.
They had that's the last. Well, exactly, hide up. You know, okay.
He needs Bork. He can't even hold it. He's this tall. What's he gonna do?
The humans can use them to hurt.
Oh, I see. You're saying get them out of people's hands.
Yes.
And into their bodies, obviously.
Well,
So put
I
them in
wasn't
the- okay,
going
we're back to
that
this.
far,
What a great
but okay, let's
just.
blow this popsicle stand.
Yeah, we're gonna
it's
blow it.
definitely
It's a
a
bakery.
bakery.
Yeah, my only concern with taking the
Borkery.
knives is it then
Borkery.
lets them know that that's something that's important to us.
But they know
That's-
this.
No, they
No,
don't.
they do
They
not.
do. No, they don't. Oh dear.
Let's add more knives.
Man, good thinking.
Can we make it look like we're allergic to fire? No, that's probably not gonna help with what we're
No.
going to do.
No. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Walk me through this plan.
All right,
Okay.
so the three of us are going up first. You're going up behind, squishing your Bork ass right up the chimney. Because we need that pressure, that back pressure. We need something to pull in front of the fireplace as we go in. And then we're going to drop the alcohol and throw some powdered flour.
Yeah.
And we're going to go. And then you're going to grab
And
us.
then I'm
'cause
going to grab all of you
Yeah.
and fly
Fly. It's a good plan. Infallible.
Yes.
toward where we last saw.
All right.
The direction.
So I am going to need from different individuals. I need 2 people to pass borking checks. 1 of you to pass a power use check. That would be you.
Yes.
I beat Borking by 3.
And 1 of you to come up with either a trap making, engineering, something construction related to make this work.
I have trap making.
Trap making I can cover.
Oh, you can cover trap
Everyone
making.
has it.
You've gotten pretty good at it in your Hume hunting in the
you know
I've
past.
got
what?
12. What have you
Wait.
got?
Oh, you have to. Okay, never mind.
What's your trap making?
Mine's 16.
One of you two.
My Borking is
It's
10.
10. Yes.
My
right, so I'll
Borking is
do
18, so I got the Borking.
Okay.
We got the Borking. I already beat mine by 3.
But you need 2 working.
Need 2 borking checks.
Okay, got it.
2 borking checks.
Beat it by 4.
Power use.
Beat it by 8.
Beat it by 8.
I did not beat trap making.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Should I try?
Yes.
It is
I don't
not quite contained when the blast goes off, unfortunately,
it by
and the
1.
trajectory is not perfect. Rather than getting that nice, even expansion and launch, it kind of bounces you a little and you go a little bit off course, impacting first with the clock tower and then with the church bell for a loud noise before crashing through the roof of a warehouse of some sort.
Oh, God. Now we're in a warehouse?
Yes.
And you're at least 300, 400 yards from your starting location. You're not quite sure which direction because it was so fast. But boy, was that fun.
Oh, yes, it was a blast.
It was fan
Borking, good
Borking-tastic.
time.
And really, really loud, though, is the only thing.
What?
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 I think he said it's loud.
Bork?
I am. Thank you.
Bork?
Bork. Bork.
We,
Bork.
This
and I look
warehouse
around.
looks like it's hasn't been used so much with the whole city under threat from Borks thing.
Ye
Lots of
olde
cobwebs and old empty boxes and like
No,
Is
Is
crates.
this where
No
they store the
Humies.
hypothetical Bork? Never mind.
No
ignore
Humies.
that.
No Humies?
You
Nope.
don't see any around.
Not in the
Not
warehouse?
a
Okay.
single Humie appears to be around.
What are in the boxes? I go to investigate the boxes.
There's a couple like broken old crates. We've got nothing in them. They were just left behind by whoever was in here before.
It's a warehouse with no wares. What's the world coming to?
Unfortunately, the city's economy has taken a dive with the whole murderous, rampaging Borks in town.
That does
Change
that does
from
scare.
within.
Do we see any roof access?
The hole that you just created.
That's a good one.
Can we-
Soup?
Yep.
Can we, so 400 yards roughly, do we hear anyone coming?
At the moment, you do not flying up through the little hole that you flew
I mean,
through.
because they did have a spectacular power usage roll.
Trying to see if you can slip onto the roofie.
Oh.
No,
Bork-
because she's
Shut up,
flying.
Bork Cosby.
Because she's flying.
Jello pudding Borks.
You can see in the distance the burning building that you were in at one point. That explosion thing. I guess these Humie houses are flammable. I mean, who knew?
Well, they are.
We could have been burning them in their sleep this whole time. Sorry. You could have. Wow.
Biggest, I mean, not nearly as satisfying as crushing them, but
The more you Bork,
it certainly is nice to know that hurts them, and they're definitely panicked and scattering from that place. It certainly caught them off guard. And then you hear it again, that low, mournful little Bork singing, and it seems to be really close, like maybe just outside of this building or down the block or something. Just very, very near.
there it is again.
Oh,
There it is.
Yes.
This is a song.
Let's Shall we Bork to it?
Yes, let's Bork and go.
I'm full of pie. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
I know, I am so full of pie.
Oh,
It's amazing.
God, I wish I had more pie.
Oh, we should get more pie.
Should we?
No,
later.
later.
All right.
There is a pie chart of how much pork and
One
how
Hume
much
told me
damn
before I
how much
killed it,
pilot. I'm on
pie
pilot.
never ends.
Yeah.
Ooh.
On pilot,
Yes.
no
A
pork.
never-ending
Welcome.
Pie
pie.
goes on and on forever, he said. And then I ripped his eyes out and ate them.
Borks, music, song, let's go.
Okay.
Sugar rush, go. Channel, move. Go into his
Sugar
wagon.
powers activate.
You
Fine,
make
I'll-
your way out one of these small, broken boards of this warehouse, seeing as opening and closing a door is rather difficult with your small stature. The other little rat holes and the like are more than sufficient for your tiny little statures to climb out of.
Rattle the rattle?
Rat hole, the rat hole. Well, Betty seemingly doesn't have a problem with obstacles getting in her way. She seems to be able to break them
There's just
apart
a
with
Betty-shaped
ease.
hole in the side of the.
Which, you know, you've always known Betty Bork to be very strong for a Bork, but this is well beyond that.
Betty Bork's big, brawny Bork arms are making
I
short work
borked
of these
beyond.
walls. I
And
was
you
always a
can,
piranha
in
Bork.
fact, see
Ah,
that
yes.
same wagon about at the end of a block, parked in front of a building. The cage is still hanging on it with the mournful, singing little Bork. Built into the back of this wagon, one of these ovens is built right into the back of this wagon. Like it's a rolling
It's
oven.
The very first food truck.
And there's beautiful looking pastries of all kinds in the back, cooking.
Fortunately, we're all full,
Right now.
right?
Right.
Borks are never
yes,
full.
We are. No, yes, we are.
Borks
yes.
are never,
Full of
ever
love
full.
and
There's
vengeance.
always Bork for Jello.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Brings us
the
back
second
to-
Cosby
Yeah, I know.
joke in minutes.
Jello's like the confectionery dark matter. It's just.
Do I?
Confectionery dark matter.
It's 90% of desserts are made of Jello, but you can't tell.
No.
Do I recognize the building that the wagon is parked in front of?
You best recognize.
It is one of those bakeries that's been reopened.
So there's a bakery parked in front of a
The
bakery.
wagon
He's
with the back is
stalking
definitely
me. He's
parked in front of it.
stalking me.
Bakery and bakery.
And at that point, you do see a Hume come out of the building carrying a couple of big bags. You recognize them as the kind of stuff that are in these bakeries, the flour and sugar and things like that, the yummy, yummy, yummy sugar.
What is
And
he?
he's loading them up in the wagon.
What does the Hume look like? What is he wearing? Who
He's
is
got a
he?
long jacket on and a funny looking hat. Maybe he's a wizard.
And a short skirt.
He's a funny hat.
Long
Blue
jacket.
jacket?
And
His
really
fingernails shine like
strange looking
justice.
glasses on his face.
Strange looking glasses.
And as he
Wizard?
unloads
Definitely
Clearly a wizard.
He's clearly a
as he
wizard.
unloads
Is there a
the
book?
sugar and flour, he takes a moment to giggle and poke at the tiniest little Bork in the cage before going back inside the bakery.
Yeah, Bork this guy. Let's spring him.
Yep.
Let's go low Bork his car.
Well, wait.
What?
Should we help our friend first and then get the man?
I think one does the other. We help our friend by killing this gentleman.
I'm going to.
I'm just
I think
so
we
angry
can
and hungry.
cover a few fronts here.
If only there was a word for both
I
of those
feel
things.
like whacking out
Angry.
the wheels of this cart with my mallet o' nails,
I like that idea.
right?
Is the cage
Humans
inside or
can't move
outside?
It's hanging, kind of like a
Is
little
that
bird
hanging
cage that
down?
hangs up right by the driver's seat.
A
Yeah.
Kaja
Okay.
fool.
Just swings along as he rides down the road.
Okay.
I propose we try. I'm going to try and release him. Anything we can do to disable the vehicle or otherwise inconvenience the Hume, more to the good. And then, once he's free, we can
What powers
concentrate on
this
Bork and
cart?
killing him.
The two mules on the front of it.
I'm going to stick a potato in their tailpipes.
You're obsessed with borking tailpipes all of a sudden. But good plan. Let's see how it goes.
Someone put a spoon up mine.
Ah, that would do it.
Okay, now, wait a second. I was trying to help.
You did help.
I've
See?
heard the Hume
Putting
talk of
things up
spooning before.
tailpipes is helpful.
What a terrible, terrible practice. Anyway, let's talk about this ladle.
Yeah, ladle?
Yes, baker. It's
Sorry,
a
I'm a
bakery
little
joke.
preoccupied.
Yes, later.
What?
More pie.
Hmm.
Anyway,
What?
All right.
We
so
just
I'm
lit
gonna
the
use I'm going to roll against
Let the
shooting.
donkeys go?
Probably
Let him go. I
to
need to.
aim my hammer.
That's
You're
not
gonna
a
throw
bad
it?
idea.
Just let him
Yes,
go.
sure.
That's
I
not a
will
bad idea.
throw
All right,
the
as you
hammer
move a
with
little
nails.
closer to the wagon, it's the first one of you to notice is in fact you. You can see that teeny little Bork has seen you, and he's doing this.
I think he farted. Run!
Just waving his arms erratically, and
Run!
he stopped
Run!
singing his song.
Just keep singing.
Inside
keep
the
singing.
bakery, the littlest Bork has stopped singing.
Well,
They must be here.
good. The cookies are just coming out of the oven.
They do smell delightful.
I'm still running, but
Oh, they are delightful little Borks. And they may be the last
Are you
ones
still
he ever
approaching
eat.
the wagon?
Yes, but I think I'm going to change my target from the wheel to that guy's face.
Why have you stopped singing, little Bork?
You only hear the voice from inside the building.
Oh, okay. It has not come out yet. I see.
I did so enjoy your lovely little song.
does my mimicry literally only work for human children?
Yes.
Damn it!
And it took a lot of effort to perfect that. They sound so horrible.
Don't they? Wait, are we in character? Sorry.
What?
Yes. Don't they?
Have we approached the wagon yet? Are we still pretty
You
far?
just started to approach it when the little tiny Bork just started going crazy doing this.
Oh, I love your little dance, littlest Bork. You are so cute. He's doing a funny dance. Everyone, come to the window and look.
Oh, fuck.
The baby Bork is doing the dance.
This is humiliating. He probably believes in like terrible Borchiotypes, like, oh, our blood can be turned into gold. It's ridiculous.
Nope, but a wonderful candy.
Well, that's true.
Is it golden in color?
Come and try the pies. I made them
That's a
with
different thing.
a special ingredient. It's
Yeah,
not
let's-
poison.
Now, see, that's just off-putting.
Ah!
Pudding.
Oh, and now I will go make the pudding.
Damn it, now we're back on pudding.
I was never off it.
Oh my god.
Now let's get back on the wagon.
Okay. Back on the wagon. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and disable some wheels here.
All right, you get close to it. That littlest Bork is waving his arms and you completely disregard him. Give me a fighting or shooting roll, please.
Woo!
Shooting if you're
Yeah.
throwing it, fighting it if you're just swinging.
I'm gonna beat that by 9.
You
going
knock
to
one
beat it
of
by
these
9.
wheels right off the side of it, and it causes that corner of the wagon to drop down, and horribly, several of those pastries start sliding out of that back
Oh
oven.
no! You will ruin the pie.
How is the cage attached to the wagon?
Just hanging on a little hook.
Like
How
a
is the-
lantern.
How's the
like a
hook
lantern.
attached to the wagon?
It's
Can
like a
we
little
see any-
pole that's attached to the side with a little hook that hangs off of it.
Can we
and the
see any
cage
money in the
hangs.
bottom of the cage?
No.
No coins? So it's a nickel-less cage?
Oh.
No.
Long way round.
Wow.
Long way round.
Wait, are the coins on the back of the cage? Because I've got another one for you.
He always rolls such high constitution.
I would like to use corrupted
There is a
Bork
bug.
magic.
That is
What is
about.
that the spider doing? Hey, oh!
I got him.
You.
So this is just the creepiest show ever.
I feel justified. I feel-
I would like to use corrupted Bork magic to see if I can degrade the point of connection so that the cage falls off.
Making rust. I like it.
Looking for candy, little Bork?
I
And
am
I
going
have
to
some
scoot
candy.
around to the back of the
They are delicious.
building, and I am going to
I'll
make
just go under the
child
table,
in
shall I?
danger
Yeah.
sounds. So, help,
Give me
help.
a persuasion. Or no, give me a Borking or voice mimicry.
Okay.
Yeah, voice mimicry.
I've got your wallet, and I'm gonna make a bunch of microtransactions. Oh, I beat it by a lot. 9.
EA is a terrible company.
Shut your mouth.
It is rather convincing. What is your roll against your corrupted Borg magic?
I beat it by 3.
Beat it by 3. You start to rust and corrode this thing, and it starts to sag and hang. You creep around the backside of this bakery and let out these horrible noises about stealing their money from them. Some child is claiming he has stolen all of your money and his house.
I found a box of kittens and I'm keeping them.
Ah, how delightful. They act as though I have compassion
The
for your
milkman is
children.
chasing Mom again.
Mr. Mayor, remember that plus expenses also means my wagon.
The wheels that Indy knocked off. Did
Shut
you-
off
Bork
one.
and Graben?
Just
And
one, but
that one has caused the backing to fall down, and several of those pastries are dangerously close to falling out of the
yes,
back of the
but
wagon.
did the wheel break? Because I'm guessing it's a wooden wheel, right?
It just popped it off.
It just popped it off.
She
Did
popped it
break?
right off.
The wheel when it bust went round and round.
God bless it.
This one dies first.
Is there a Humi outside, or is he still in the
You
bakery?
still, I'm still looking out the window.
Okay.
You don't know. You've heard Hume voices from inside, but you don't know if there's 1, 5, 10, 100.
Great. That wheel, I wanna take it and start breaking it apart.
It is so adorable. Give me a barking check.
Oh, they're on the wheels now. Oh, yes. Now it's time to spring the trap.
Indeed, it is.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no.
Make that roll.
I'm actually gonna do a survival roll.
Okay.
Martin's parents got him a Game Boy.
I beat it by 1.
I'm just mimicking.
You're tearing away at it. This wheel is pretty stout, and you are a tiny little Bork, so it's taking some effort, but you're slowly peeling away the banding. And it's at this point that dozens and dozens of perfect, fresh-baked cookies land all around you.
Full pilot for Brony because Gaylord the punts.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick Cage.
Hey, Nicolas Cage.
Full pilot for Brony.
Still not the lowest budgeted production he's been on. I had to, I'm sorry.
Man's got
Wait,
bills
Nick
to
Cage
pay.
or me?
Yeah. You're the
in
same
Game of
guy.
Three, fucker.
Dozens and dozens of these perfect and completely wonderful smelling cookies land all around.
Yummy, yummy in your little
Bruh, the
jelly
two of you in
townie.
full pilot, you don't need to worry about it. But anyone
No.
who's not in full pilot is gonna have to eat some cookies. You are addicted. to
So
it.
does
Well-
this affect my
No.
my vocal mimicry? Hey, I think I'm going through a change. Can you tell me about things? Stuff's happening.
Delicious cookies, little Borks. Come and eat them. They are not filled with laxatives.
We're gonna
You
bork ourselves
grab
to
this cookie and just start mowing into it. And within a few bites, little Blinky's eyes roll up in his head, and he flops over. Thump.
Oh,
Completely.
Come
Emotions.
out wherever you
everything's so green.
Is it? Where's Blake?
He's snoring.
No, but where is he?
Oh, just over, kind of by the edge of the wagon, by the door.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
now
do
we
go.
have to-
Can I go boom, boom, and
Bounce on
power
his
bounce
stomach?
right on
Yep.
his stomach? And I
Do
want
it.
that to project right back
You
out.
bounce through the air. Give me a borking check.
I-
Bork hunter, you give me a bork hunting check.
Yes, I'm going to catch one of them in my net when it gets
Can't
bounced.
give you a borking check.
How do you catch?
Give me a
blue
borking
bork?
check.
You use a blue
You
bork net. How do you
pilot?
catch a
You
red bork?
pilot?
I
Hold
rolled
his
a
nose
5.
until he
Yep,
turns
you're gonna have
blue,
to make a
then
borking
catch him with
check.
a blue bork net.
Can I give like a fighting check?
Nope, you gotta make a borking check.
Yeah. If you just punch
Then
him.
he bounces.
8.
8. That is quite the bounce. What do you have for the bork hunting check?
High 5.
You catch the bork perfectly in
Boing
the
boing
little
dot
net.
net.
Oh
Zipping
my
it shut really
God.
quickly with the pull string and yanking them inside.
Fucking Cory Dork.
And Bowie Bork is gone inside of the bakery, struggling in a tiny little net.
As you can see, I have yoinked your bork.
I hate glue
Guy Stone, man on the ground here with a hashtag news flash. The Borks have attacked the cart, removing a wheel, thus proving the Borks can take down the axle of evil. Back to you in the studio, James.
I like that one. I like that one. Newsflash. The Department of Homeland Security has issued a terror alert for the American Southwest. All commercial flights in the region have been grounded, and the National Guard has been activated. The exact nature of the terrorist threat has not been disclosed at this time. Officials urge the public to remain calm and at home unless absolutely necessary.
Okay.
I'm doing neither of those things.
Hey, man. Bork's got a Bork.
Bork's got a Bork.
I love you so much. You are so soft and squishy. Okay.
You have your first Bork in the little net. It's struggling.
Look, it's a live one.
Can I see them from where I am out back?
I will.
Not quite.
I know the best way to handle Borks,
Oh,
being
absolutely.
a very fine Bork hunter, and so I will dribble him back to the bakery like a basketball.
A Bork skitball?
It is at that point that you then see for the first time, up close, the Bork hunter. And poor Bowie Bork is in a net and being bounced like a ball, as he's happily humming along, making his way through the back of the bakery.
You have to help Blinky.
So, are there any other humans?
You are still unconscious, Blinky Bork.
Okay, I'm going to jump up to see if I can see if there are any other humans in the bakery.
You can, in fact, see several of them. They seem to be looking towards this one as though for some kind of cue or instructions. It seems these ones are fairly prepared, as though several of them have very sharpened sticks on hand. And a lot of them have nice stout bags with drawstrings on the top.
That is how you catch a Bork. One down, everyone. Where is the cheer from the town?
The people inside with you are very delighted and ecstatic and cannot wait to see you get rid of that vile little murderous creature.
Oh, don't you worry.
Give me a break.
I'm going to go ahead and target everyone. And I am going to Bork bounce right for their borking heads,
Oh, God.
attempting to knock them all out with my beautiful, chiseled Borky butt. I am the Borkiest Bork.
He is so Borky. Oh my goodness.
You are the Borkiest. You are going to try to use your hacksaw, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Your boosted ability.
We don't have a boosted.
No,
We just
you
have
don't.
Damn it.
You can try, but it's going to be making individual checks for everyone inside at the multi-action
Okay,
penalty.
so here's my question. Oh, damn it, it's two guns. I was gonna say, if I can dual wield, can I just throw?
Pastries?
No, yeah, you'll
My
find
Bork
that some of your
buddies
things
have-
are very specific.
Yes, I can see that.
Yep.
It is as though someone wanted to prevent such atrocities from happening.
It wasn't me. Don't look at me. I'm all about the atrocities.
Yeah, we know.
How many sources of light are in? Oh, wait, it's daytime.
It is daytime. It is nice and well lit, but inside there are two very large, nice-looking pastry ovens going. One of them is empty, clearly with those cookies, which smell
You should
so
hurry
good,
up before I
confirmed.
accidentally bake your friend.
Oh, no! Please don't put our friend in the oven. That would be terrible.
No, I want to cook the juices before I have him squeezed. It's best to boil them first.
Don't put our friend in that briar oven.
Okay, I'm in the net, right?
I don't
You are
wanna
in a
have to
net.
use the fridge.
You are unconscious.
And what's-
You are bouncing and looking into the back of the house. And you are doing what exactly, Betty Bork? Now that you've busted a wheel off, you have done nothing since then. I mean, I know your attention is just
the state of
fixated
the
on those
cage?
pastries that are about to
They
fall out of the
really
Do
back.
we have Billy Bork now? Did the cage
He's
rot
still
away?
hanging in the cage.
I didn't
The
quite
cage
get
is
through it
rusted
yet.
away and it's
And
kind of
you're
falling on
you're
its
out
side,
there.
but he's still held in it.
I'm in a net, right?
Yes, really like cinched tight net,
But
like
like a
squished.
net to me, I see a net like with holes.
So you look
They're
like
really
a
tiny,
ham?
tiny holes, as though someone built this net just for capturing Borks.
Yes, but do they know about Bork weapons? I think that really tiny holes could actually be enough room for really tiny arrows on my teeny tiny Bork bow.
You could try.
So
Oh yeah,
I've
Borks don't
noticed-
carry sharp things normally, so yeah.
You could
would never see that
absolutely
coming.
try.
So what I would like to do is, do Do I have, because I was trying to take apart that wheel. I was pretty unsuccessful, huh?
Yes, you were very unsuccessful.
And I don't have any arrows?
Well, for your tiny little bow, yeah, you always have tiny little arrows. Usually they're carved from like toothpicks or sewing needles and the like.
But I do have some. I do have some, right?
Yeah, you always have a few.
So what I did notice while I've been captured is that this guy likes to talk a lot.
Yes, he does.
Shoot
So-
through the roof of the mouth.
So what I'm doing is I have my little Bork bow and I have it drawn back, and as he's talking, I'm just gonna find a time to shoot an arrow right to the back of that hangy ball thingy. While he's
Which
swinging.
hangy ball thingy?
I wish he had
Oh.
target all.
That's fine then.
So many terrible
You
jokes to be
love
said
it.
here. I just gotta leave them alone.
I just wanted to plate it up. I
That
wanted to
little
see
box
if-
shot me into hangy ball.
Give me a shooting test, please, Bowie Bork.
needed that.
Your shooting test is penalized by 4 because you are being held by the net. It
That's
is
what I
difficult
used
to
to
shoot
gather
in a net.
infection.
Babs, what's a
Okay,
uvula?
I
That's not
beat
important,
it
Babs.
by 8.
All right, including the penalty of 4?
No, then by 4.
By 4, okay, so it is not a critical success, but it is a great shot, and you shoot a toothpick straight down his mouth while he is talking, and it proceeds to have a horrible, horrible coughing fit.
And then I hide my bow real quick.
You cough up a toothpick of all things, sharpened with fletching on it.
That is just awful. Yeah. Okay, and then we grabs a bag by the string. We go bounce, 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 bounce.
Which I'm
Bun,
sorry
bun,
to
bun, bun,
report,
bun.
Bowie Bork had the greatest time during.
Whee!
All right.
And it's very difficult to do much of anything when you're being bounced.
How is the aim? Still good?
I'm hanging on to my bow and arrows as hard as I can.
You're fighting through a
I think I'm
grogginess,
going
but you're
to
still out.
attempt to do what Bowie Bork was previously trying to do.
Wait,
which
shooting me
is
into the mouth hole?
basically- No. Heimlich maneuver on this one over here to
Yes,
get the cookie
please.
out.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
Andy does not have that.
Uh-oh.
Can I
Working?
Body
shooting
check.
or power use?
Body
or-
check.
That will be body.
That'll be body.
But unfortunately,
Andy's body is getting better by the day.
Hashtag
you.
personality for Andy 1 towards Avatar.
Oh. 1 towards Avatar.
we just want to hear you
Thank
do
you.
the voice,
Nicely.
baby.
Okay. Well, I rolled against my body pretty well.
Video or it didn't happen.
Well, you could attend any one of my dance classes. Sorry. So I'm gonna beat that one by 4.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
And it's
us
gonna
too,
be
later.
like, you better barking live, you Borkster!
You wake up violently, upchucking Cookie, and it is almost as yummy on the way out as it was on the way in.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh god, that is really unfortunate. I'm using my buff.
Ah!
No more cookies.
No more. Why? Wait.
I actually dropped in on a ballroom dancing class at one of the local colleges. I took it for 3 months without registering just because I thought it was fun.
Was it
and
a
never-
hangy ballroom dancing?
No,
class?
there were 89 girls in the
Those are
class,
fun.
so that's why I did that.
Hanging ball down.
Video
After
did
15
not
minutes, there was
happen.
no more ballroom.
Too long ago. Sorry.
They didn't have video back then.
Yep.
Oh.
It's
So we
okay.
can't have a radio star.
If you've got some salsa in you, I'm sure we can get you guys
Oh.
video.
It's pretty mild. Get a rope. So
Picante.
picante.
I'm
I'm actually a picante. Thank you very much.
Nice.
That's nice.
Nice, nice.
Mmm.
I
He only studied
am going to
before Disney
judge
Dance.
my enemy.
Oh!
To see if I can figure out what makes it.
Judge opponents. You most certainly do. The Bork Hunter is definitely an expert in all things Bork and all things pastry. A master
I like
of
half of what
confections,
you-
traps,
Half of
and
your life's work I
everything there
thoroughly
is to do
support.
with Borks. And he is clearly quite addicted to the lovely Bork jelly that fills your bodies.
How can you tell?
There's a little redness around the eyes. Plus, when I see Borks, my eyes do a little swirly thing, and I start, there's like a scent thing, and I follow, and I can float around by my nose.
Oh gosh.
There's a bunch of Bork
Like
juice stuck in his.
Christopher-
Yeah.
What's his name?
Like any cartoon
Like any
character when they
cartoon.
smell a pie.
Yes.
I was thinking Roger Rabbit. And did
That-
you recognize it? My
Alien
voice
Knitter,
was
it's
like
one
this?
word. Master
Yeah,
Baker.
Yeah, we're not master bakers.
Baker.
It's Master
Master
Baker.
Baker.
It's one.
Yeah, the Bork
word.
Hunter is a master baker. Last week, that guy's name was the Master Baker.
Different.
Master Baker. The Baker Master Baker?
I
Get
did
with the
not-
program,
no,
alien knitter.
I did not hear Master Baker.
I don't think anyone
I don't think
did.
you were supposed to.
That was the point. It's right
Good.
there with the stranger.
I'm on it.
A master baker boards himself daily.
Oh.
That's rather personal.
Twice daily.
So no weaknesses, just.
Oh,
Just-
weakness to Borks. Like,
Like-
if he had the option to get himself some Bork jelly, he would have a hard time resisting. Probably almost as addicted to Bork jelly as you are to pastries.
Oh no, dangerous Borks.
All right.
Oh no. What if we
I'm
set
going-
a trap?
I'm going to
With
give
one
him
of
my
us
3-month coin. Come on, you can make it.
Well,
One
while
day at a
this is
time.
still going on, I would like to try and shoot another arrow.
You've been being bounced back and forth.
Well,
Still.
you stopped.
It has not
Did
stopped.
you stop?
He's still just bouncing you back.
It's
and
all
It is
forth.
very
it's
fun.
still
It's
going.
not-
I would like
getting
to.
old.
I would like to use a sorcery check
A
to
sorcery check.
continue trying to free the littlest Bork from the cage.
All right, give me a sorcery check to
Can't
flee.
stop.
Beat it by two.
Never.
Beat it by 2. You finally get enough corrosion on the little locking mechanism that it pops free. And the teeniest little Bork rolls out of the side of the cage. He is horribly malnourished. Obviously, he's been poked and
He's all
prodded
skin and Borks.
abused. Skin
Oh
and
no,
Borks.
we've got to keep
And
him away from the
he
pastries.
used to have, the tiniest, perfect little long beard because he inherited the title of eldest Bork, being the last survivor. But whoever this Bork hunter is, he has shaved it off, taking away his Bork magic in the process, and his voice. Without his beard, poor little Billy Bork, the littlest Bork, cannot even talk.
So he
But
wasn't
can
singing?
He can only sing.
Oh.
Cannot speak. Borks can only sing by humming for the most part.
As I'm bouncing back and forth, does anyone have any leftover cherry jelly in their fur to give Billy Bork to help him feel better?
Sorry, I had the same thought, but I waxed all of that shit.
He was very thorough.
God. I mean, I guess I could comb some out.
What what color is Bork jelly?
It's a nice purplish red color. It is fairly similar to that cherry pie filling and a variety of other fillings you have seen.
What's the taste?
Man, shut up about your taste. We're not talking to you right now. What if we made him think that one of us was pierced? Covered ourselves in jelly, and then as he got close, like a borking tiger.
Gosh, I'm standing right here.
No, you're not. You're standing in the
You're standing, yeah, you're standing in the... And
You're busy
also-
you're busy dangling your sack.
But here is the problem. He already has one of us. Why wouldn't he just poke that one?
When was the last time you had one cookie and thought that's enough?
God, you're right.
I know. We've got
Man, those
problems.
pastries look good.
But they're poison and we know it. But they still look really
No,
good.
just the cookies. Everything else is okay.
Oh well, when you
I
put it like that.
I swear, guys,
Wow.
it's
That's a
cool.
good one.
Crouching Bork, hidden Bork.
No, I'm grapes of wrath.
Oh.
So, do you know poison? Can the poison that you ingested be absorbed through the Bork skin, through our skin and fur?
Well, I had my Bork
make a
skin
poison
removed
check.
at birth.
What does a Bork call a brisk?
Oh yeah. Beat it by 8.
Beat it by, oh, that is a
Yeah.
critical success. You, in fact, have mastered poisoning humies, and a lot of things that they have aversions to don't bother Borks at all. For example, hemlock is something that really seems to be a problem for them, but Borks as a whole tend to love it.
Okay, who's going to No, I'm not doing the fucking German thing. Okay, who's going to sacrifice themselves by drinking a bunch of hemlock and letting that guy suck them dry? This sounds like my bachelor party.
Yeah, I propose any other plan.
Any other plan? Okay.
Yes.
So what we were trying to figure out about the poison was, so do these pastries have poisons that are not harmful to us in them? Some of them?
All those pastries are most certainly poisoned.
Yeah, no, everything here is poison.
Will it absorb through our skin?
Probably not.
Cool. I'm gonna rub myself with anything that's red or purple.
Oh, there's all kinds of the lovely feelings. It is gonna take everything you've got, even in pilot, to stop that avatar from trying to lick. So you get to use 8s, and you get to use whichever one of Brony's mind or soul score you'd prefer to roll against.
I'm going to go for his mind score.
And because you are full pilot, you have a 4-point bonus. So treat your mind score as though it is 4 higher than it is.
Would you like a cookie?
Yeah, beat it by 3.
No, thank
You are able to rub it even as far as like right next to your face, and you keep Blake Bork from like licking his hands. It is the fight of your life to do it, but you stop him.
And I am going to take my razor sword, my razor axe,
Oh,
and I'm going to put it in my armpit, like I'm in dinner theater. And I'm going to imitate a child. Oh, woe is me, or whatever you people say. No, I have been pierced, and it hurts so badly, and I am leaking all of my delicious juices.
Give me a persuasion roll for your Bork.
I beat it by 1.
Beat it by 1.
That is simply the best acting I have ever seen.
Tiny Bork out there rolling around on the ground. Looks like a sharp razor sticking out at the side of them, covered in Bork jelly. Somehow, the teeny little Bork has managed to injure himself.
Wow, it hurts so, boy.
Can I attempt a mind check?
Absolutely.
I don't have one.
I don't know what his mind score is, so I don't know if I'll beat
10.
it or not. Oh, he's a smart guy. 10.
It is 13 right
You
now.
sense a trap, but you're not sure if it's a trap or if that Bork is really hurt.
Well,
But you do have 1 Bork in the hand.
true, but I could.
One bark in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. You should try it. This will kill him. Ow! God! My juices.
But Borks are never dishonest.
This is true.
And
Borks
they
do
are
not
always
lie.
full of love.
I'm full of love, but not as much as I was earlier. It's leaking out.
Okay, I probably better go get him.
Ow.
So I go out there with my meat hooks
Oh God.
and get ready to pick him up.
He's advancing towards you, meat hooks
With my meat
Is he
hook.
talking?
in his hand.
Amazingly, no. Just like,
Oh, like that? Cool. I throw some of the poison right into his mouth.
Throwing poison at his
people
mouth.
keep shooting at my mouth.
Oh, did I misunderstand your birthday wish?
No, you got it 100% right. I was just surprised.
You hurl the
I do.
I already
Filling.
handled that.
towards him.
It
Go
will
ahead.
take a roll of the dice.
It is quite the throw, and you manage to impact him right in the face and mouth with it. It has the funny taste of the lovely sleep poison you use on the Borks. Of course, it's completely ineffective on you, but it ruins an otherwise perfect pastry.
It's just very thick molasses.
I would like to try and see if I can use sorcery to force open the bag to try and get her
Yeah,
out.
you're not bouncing anymore, at least.
This is
Yeah,
true.
thank you. My head doesn't hurt. as much.
You're sort of getting back to not shaking back and
Oh,
forth.
yes.
Beat
And
it by
right as
5.
you're regaining your equilibrium, somehow, some force just undoes the tie around the bag, and you drop out of it right next to the Bork Hunter.
I drop out, or
Like it
I don't
opens
know
and you
the
drop out right on the ground next to him, just as he's leaning over with these meat hooks
Oh, God.
towards.
Perfect. So
Blake.
I'm right at his feet.
Bork.
Yep.
So I take my bow out. And
How
take
about
an
you
arrow.
roll initiative?
No! I want to do something.
Are we all rolling initiative?
Yes, you are. If you're
Okay.
going to act, you need to roll initiative. You don't have to if you're just going to watch.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
It looks like I'm rolling initiative.
Cool. Yeah.
You're attempting to
so
spring your trap
I
on
have
the Bork Hunter.
I have 13, which is kind of crap.
13 for Blake Bork.
Not bad.
What's my initiative bonus?
6.
Ah, well then.
I got 9.
I got 18.
9.
18 for the Bork
17.
Hunter.
Oh.
17 for Betty Bork. 9 for Bowie Bork.
Yeah.
And Blinky?
19.
19 for Blinky. That puts you first.
Okay.
Just in case. Billy Bork has a 10.
Just in case.
Disruption.
I would like to try and get Billy and get him out of here.
All right, you're going to grab Billy and
you
make a run
suck.
for it. Give me a borking check.
Can't. I'm full pilot right now.
Oh, you cannot.
You can attempt it.
Yep, you're going to have to use those 12
I've
dice.
already
It's a-
done it twice.
Oh, the 12s. I hate that.
I mean, if you're all the way pilot, you can attempt a borking check, but you have to use it using one of your
You're going to use it
Right.
with one of your scores.
Okay, and the 12s. Boy, howdy.
It makes it very, very difficult to do.
Yep.
Mind is your best shot.
Yeah,
Yep.
mine's your best shot.
Let's give it a go.
Try to think like a Bork.
Bounce.
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 Vengeance, bounce, vengeance.
No.
Ooh.
Would you have your bone? You have a +2.
You are not quite perfect on the trajectory, and
by
you
one.
bounce and miss grabbing on to Billy as you bounce away from him.
Bye forever.
Bork Hunter. One of them has escaped your trap, another is right before you, clearly trying to trap you. How adorable.
I just feel so. I will scratch this one behind the ears
No.
because they're just so cute.
Oh, they are.
And the one that was faking at me, I'm gonna kick like a soccer
Some
ball.
hashtag clarity to balk without murdering.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Chad. All right, roll 2 8s for me, please, Bork Hunter, as you deliver a boot. You will take no damage from this because Borks can't be damaged by such strikes.
Ah, but the kick was not intended to damage.
I understand now. However,
But I'm
Oh!
a terrible kicker.
Oh, I hope you don't accidentally kick this razor blade.
I have rolled the worst possible outcome.
you in fact did manage to kick the razor blade
Whoop.
and lodge it in your big toe.
Whoop. Ach. Ach.
It is
second foot.
excruciatingly painful.
Why do you have a razor?
Betty Bork!
Betty Bork. All right. So he's, I assume, hopping around.
He's doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
classic, one-footed.
Great. I would like to use. Yeah. So.
Vocabulary?
Oh.
Yours. You're lucky. I love you. All right.
I am.
Let's see. I would like to use some speed. And
Okay.
yeah. Just.
Oh,
bounce
you're
over the
rolling,
place.
okay.
Yeah.
Wrong show.
Since he's already on one foot,
Masters
I would
of the
like
Metaverse.
to launch myself with as much speed and strength as possible into the razor blade foot to try to tip him over.
Yeah.
Since he's, hopping up. on
It's
that.
dangerous. You could cut
Twist it.
yourself on the razor blade.
Hold that
I assumed that
toenail.
the
It's still
razor was-
possible. It's dangerous.
Be careful.
Be
You
careful.
wouldn't want to cut yourself.
Actually, go.
Little boy.
Only if you manage to
head.
do something like what he did,
That'll
though.
knock him over.
Okay.
If you botch it,
Let's
absolutely.
fucking go. Let's
Oh.
go.
But if you
Why
botch
do
it, that razor blade is most certainly cutting you.
Why do you think I want to hurt you? Is
Okay.
it because I'm called the Bork Hunter? You're not
No.
saying it
Can
right.
I use my Zen direction and roll on focus?
What's the pronunciation in native German?
I mean,
Bork
or I
Hunter.
can roll
Ah,
on
okay.
shooting.
No.
It's just not exactly how it sounds.
I think you need to roll against your body score.
Oh god, fuck. Okay.
It is one of the disadvantages of Miss Andy
Okay,
James
but
is
I
that
am
she is
going
unskilled.
to beat it. I I am going to beat it by 3.
Beat it by 3. It is a good, solid kick. And when this kick hits the razor blade, this Bork kicks harder than a person, harder than a mule, harder than a horse. That razor blade goes halfway up your foot between the bones.
Can I puke as a free action?
Splitting
I don't
open the
even get it.
flesh and skin.
Oh, the salty rat, the liquid.
It is terrifying.
I thought you had just been excited about that to try and blend in. Good grief!
And as this horrible shriek
being
fills
banged.
the air, he has his foot in his hands and he does this thing where he's looking at his foot, looks up at you, looks at his foot, looks up at you, and then just kind of this whole body goes stiff and he just falls straight backwards.
That gets him on the ground, friends.
We like
Oh, it's
humans
another
on the ground.
horizontal.
Time for horizontal borking!
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
In fairness, getting Christian horizontal.
As I told you, I am called the Bork Hunter, and I don't think you know what that means.
And now he's leaving. What does that mean?
Oh, he is prone and apparently unconscious on the ground before you. He's passed out. Apparently, that was too much pain for his mind to endure.
I say someone like this might have information about a specific place we're trying to get to. I say we take him, leave the knife in so we can twist it later. Let's question him.
Are those other humans?
Yes, they are
around?
rushing out
Yes.
the door with
I
their
was gonna say,
sharp-pointed
there's
sticks,
3 more.
headed towards you as fast as they can.
How
There's
fast can we
3
get
more.
away?
They haven't just seen somebody's foot basically get chopped in half with a razor blade, and they're like,
Yes.
maybe I don't want that.
Oh, now that's why they're definitely going to stab you.
How many? How many are there?
There are 6 that have run
6?
out with pointy sticks. Sharpened,
6 with pointy
sticks.
Do I still look like I'm dead?
Point 10
Very much so.
I'm going to continue looking like that.
Our next person
I'm
on
just
the
throwing this
account
out
is
there.
Blake Bork at a 13.
We can also run.
We could run.
It is your action, Blake Bork. You're at a 13.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to aggro,
Aggro, buff is used.
and I am going to run the other way as fast as my little Bork legs can carry me.
So is that like a fast as fast can be, you can't catch me sort of thing?
Yes.
Fast as pork can baby.
Please, show us. I have to see this.
Well, I'm a Bork, so it's still kind of like this.
Yes. But show us how you draw the aggro. I gotta see
Oh.
this.
I draw the aggro. So I bounce up, and I slough off all of this poison goo, and I've seen them do this before. And I extend my little Bork hands. Come get me, you borking Borkers! And I use my childlike voice and whatever the worst thing I've ever heard one of their little squat crap offspring say to one of them, that's what I say. You're not my real dad! Something like that. And then I'm out of there.
You're wearing a Cosby
Full
sweater.
speed running. Bowie Bork, you're at a 9 being next. Or is it 10 is Billy Bork, who is scrambling
And
from
if
his
they attack
position
any of
towards you, and then 9 is
they're
you.
fucked.
He's going towards
Billy Bork is heading towards
Blinky.
Blinky. Yeah, he's humming along, very agitated. You know, it's like he's trying to speak, but he just can't, and all he can do is hum the little Bork tunes.
And where are you at?
I'm trying to run the hell away.
You are too. We're running.
You're running?
Okay. We're all running away.
Yeah.
Quick! With all the humans coming out to stab you, lift up the Bork Hunter's foot and show them the agony of defeat. Hashtag cool move.
Can I resist
Hey,
that pun?
that is perfect.
Amazing.
We're going to put us back at the top with Blinky Bork, but unfortunately, you know, they just bought that cool rule, and I think we should use it because they just bought it. I mean, and as I've learned most recently, we have to do a separate initiative roll whenever we do a cool rule to see who has to be the victim to talk about their plan first.
7.
Thank you.
7, I'm guessing it's probably going to be you.
With the initiative?
Yep.
Okay.
7.
Also 7, maybe not.
Are we including our initiative bonus?
Whichever
Yes.
part you are closest to. So if you're closest
So-
to pilot, use your pilot one.
Great. So in that case, how did you roll 7 with an initiative? Oh, you have not.
I have
Oh, I
none.
see.
I got
see.
2 1s and then my +5.
Oh God. Okay. Wow, guys, I'm really sorry. In that case, 21.
21.
18.
18. All right, the two of you may either roll off between each other
Oh,
to find
I'm
out,
sorry. I
or
lied to you,
simply
22.
Rochambeau pick or
I'm
volunteer.
not about to do that. So you want to roll off?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 dice. Go. I
Oh,
got
sorry.
11.
I got 17.
All right. So I'm going to change you to an 8 for this count. And Brawny, tell us, now that you've just started to run away and draw aggro, and they most certainly seem interested in you, if that helps you plan whatever you would do. Which, also speaking of his aggro, will apply no matter what they choose to do.
Okay.
So, I am going to use my power of mimicry, dig deep into my Bork roots, use my power of mimicry. I want to make these people angry. I want to, so I'm sure that I heard the cries of people as we've killed them. Them
yes.
crying for their loved ones.
Oh,
Begging for
God.
mercy, yes.
I am going to
But only
scream.
children?
It's going to sound like children. I'm going to scream the names of all those who were called out when we attempted to kill them. I am going to incite as much rage in these walking flesh sacks as I possibly can, flammable and not bouncy as they are. I am going to absolutely push every button I can remember with my mimicry as best I can, and I am going to. Let me see here. What I want to do. And in doing so, I am going to run a loop. So I'm going to try to draw them and then pull them back toward everybody else. And I'm going to call a play that we all remember from Bork Ball. And everyone's going to kind of rush in and form a wall. And any of them that don't attack me, you just beat the crap out of them. Just totally take them to the ground, shove those pastries in their mouth, anything. Take that cleaver out of the guy's foot. Also, while I'm doing this, I take that back. I'm going to run by and I'm going to grab that cleaver from his foot, and I'm going to shave his beard with it quickly because he
Wow.
shaved the beards of those that came before us.
Wow.
Wow.
That is pretty brutal. You guys
And
catch
run.
that one?
I kind of.
That's rather horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
I'm
lot.
going to shave his face
Yeah.
with his own foot
Yeah,
razor.
got that one.
You are next to tell us what you would do if you could do anything.
Oh boy. Well, there's 6 people.
6 of them with pointed sticks.
6 pointed sticks. What I would like. Oh my goodness. What I would like to do is. Well, I'm on the ground. That guy left.
He's
so
unconscious.
he's unconscious on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you took his knife.
He's planning on ripping his knife
I'm going to rip the knife out,
right out of his foot.
I'm going to do it real mean, too, twisting it as much as I can. And then I'm going to shave him.
Yeah. Shaving. Get rid of the hair.
Get rid of just the facial hair. Look what he did to our littlest Bork.
Oh,
our
no,
eldest
it's
Bork.
Disgusting.
Right?
It is a truly horrible thing to do.
I'm not going to be gentle either. This is going to be like one of those cheap mall shaves. It's going to be bad.
Nix.
Cage.
Well, I'm going to, with my shooting and my fighting ability, I'm going to attempt something that I have never done before.
Ooh, ooh.
And then what I would like to do is grab 6 arrows and put them all into my bow all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're
Dip
running,
them in the pies first.
take the arrows, dipping them in the poison jelly. So they got those poison jelly tips. Thanks for that good touch. And as they running towards us like, ah! And I'm going to be like, there are 6 hangy ball thingies. And I'm going to pull my arrows back and I'm going to shoot them off.
One or
and
two of these
all-
people are not going to be happy.
And then put an arrow in each one of them as they're running, charging. So they start and they gag. and swallow the poison that they tried to use on us.
Okay.
I think it in my head put it to best. Get him, Borkai.
Yes.
Yes.
6 at once.
Wyatt,
So,
what would Blinky Bork do if he could do anything? Or what would Wyatt do in this case, because you are full pilots?
full pilot. I would like to use sorcery to both make myself levitate and try and just use the innate creepiness of Blinky's body, because he is the creepiest orc.
He is the creepiest Bork.
And then I would like to try and amplify a voice that speaks directly to the Humies in their language.
Ooh.
And again, conjure this up as nasty as possible. We have found the one who took and desecrated our leader. We will hold him responsible for his actions. His crimes against Borkdom shall not be allowed to live. We regret that you were involved in any of this, but now that we have our leader, we will Bork this one traitor and leave to help him recover. Do not test our terrible Borking magics!
So a Bork is in arrest?
Bork is in arrest.
Bork is in arrest.
Okay.
And now we come to you, my dear.
Oh God. I just don't know. They're all so good. I mean, if we have a Bork eye, we need a Bork Thor, right?
I'm just saying, none of these humans look ridden.
So I've been doing some investigation, and it turns out none of the humans have been ridden.
I didn't think it was that kind. My eyebrows are on my arm.
Today.
My
That's
face.
good.
Thank you. Oh God, it
It's
won't
just
rub
making it
off.
worse. It's just making it worse.
Sorry. Okay.
Wait, if it ain't old dirty R.
All right.
I heard till they had some dirt on you. I see
How's
they was
that
right.
nasty arm, girl?
God, I could not. I mean, oh God, there are so many
Oh my
things
God.
that can be done.
We're all in Bork face.
Oh.
I don't know if it's anymore.
You look better now that you don't have
Whoa.
ears and just the eyebrows.
You will all fall to my power!
Just the eyebrows. That's actually great.
Oh, wow.
Just the eyebrows.
So what are we going to do over there, my dear?
Okay, all right. So we have our unconscious guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And presumably we also have potentially somebody saying we will take
Hanging
this
off
guy.
again.
And since nobody has been ridden lately,
I'm gonna do a Bork hawk. That does not work
I'm
at all.
going to
Hurts, no.
I'm going to use flight, and I'm going to grab the body like I wanted to do all along, and fly him into the air as this. Wait,
Yes, keep going.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to fly the Bork Hunter into the air.
Look at the face.
All right. Listen to me. I am very important. Damn it. Okay. More important than any eyebrows. Nope. We learned.
We learned.
Those are not put our head
God.
on.
More can you learn, guys?
Yep. All right. So.
Live in Bork. Live in Bork.
So flying the Bork Hunter up into the air and then surfing his body back down as gravity takes hold. And, probably when he lands, bouncing off of him and wielding my hammer to greatest effect into the crowd.
That is
Boom.
incredibly intense and hardcore.
Do they at least get Gallagher ponchos?
Huh.
They're gonna need them.
Roll for Gallagher ponchos.
Between the hammer and the racism, I mean, you two pretty much have it covered.
No, it wasn't
Covered in
racism. It was
poo.
realizing racism.
Covered in
Oh,
poo.
no.
All right, guys,
That's
you
not
heard their selections. I need
Gallagher
you
two.
to vote.
Gallagher 2, definitely.
What are we
What's it
calling
gonna
these
be?
things?
What's it gonna be?
You know,
Yes,
sometimes
or
I come
Bork.
up with names, but usually their names are way better.
Previous shape. Ever Gallagher, the Borg Hunter.
Oh.
Excellent. Shoot them with the hanging ball things. Creepy bluff.
While you guys are voting, I want to tell you about something really special we have coming up. The 15th is the finale for the season, as you all well know. But the week following it, because we will still have the studio open and available before everyone takes off Gen Con, myself and Christian Doyle and possibly Chris Odie will be joining you right here in studio to talk to you about Metaverse. You at home, all of you. That's right. Just us hanging out, talking Metaverse.
Cool.
Cool.
And what's coming next, and what our lovely little plans are.
What secrets will be revealed?
Do you guys have like a host so you
Fabulous
can do it
secret
like
powers.
Actor Studio?
Not exactly. I'm just gonna kind of
No cars.
freeform
Just
it.
sort of like, lemon.
Just
Like,
I'm gonna freeform the
You
whole
should.
thing.
tell me.
You
How about-
should.
If there
You
is a
should
God,
mediate.
If it-
Who is Crash Jackson?
They
What does
love
he
you.
mean?
But if we do anything like that, it would definitely
Is
be
there
Chris
a
Odie.
God?
Oh, we
and would
have
you
a three-way
steal-
tie?
Whoa, three-way.
Yes, I will
Wait,
be
tie?
accepting questions. There is a
A
three-way
menage a
tie.
tie.
Three-way
Well, as we
tie.
learned from the
Menage a
boss,
tie, is tie, is that what you said?
as we learned from the boss Odie himself, ties mean that they all happen.
Oh my god.
yeah.
So,
Load.
only one of you is gonna have
It's
to
a
roll
beautiful thing.
dice.
Oh gosh, and for the fourth show in a row, I still have a buff. So let's use
Use
it.
it. Yeah.
So let's use
Jess,
it.
for like the 12th show in a row, you're the
Yeah.
buffest person here.
Buff.
I mean, we're not talking about
Let's-
And
endurance.
yes,
Yeah.
you
No,
could
I was gonna
use
say, like,
your
maybe
buff
since
to
we
then cheat and make it so all four of you.
12 in a
And
row.
it's just, you know what?
It's almost as though you have done this trick before. Oh
Like,
wait,
this is like
you
the
have!
fifth time I've done this.
Oh my
But
god.
I don't want to be left out.
In this
We all
span
succeed.
of seconds.
Rising blood raises all boats.
In this
Yes.
span of seconds, Blake takes off at a run while you're moving in straight towards this Bork Hunter.
His little
And-
chubby Bork legs.
He grabs hold of the razor, and as you're flying him up, he is doing the fastest, roughest, meanest shave job on this poor Bork Hunter.
Oh, did I use the handle? Sorry.
And there are like little bits that are still left in, and so many cuts. Just dozens and dozens and dozens.
You seen that scene in
of
Poltergeist?
I
cuts.
have
Yeah.
very sensitive skin.
Not anymore.
And in their run, they've all stopped and freezing, chasing with their giant teeth, to be totally dumbfounded and staring at this floating, blinky Bork. Their mouths hanging open, tiny little arrows shoot into them as they cough and hack, trying to get these arrows out of their throat.
Poison
Downward, the body descends, and as his body impacts, the head hits first.
Ooh.
It breaks open like a rotted melon.
Oh.
Oh,
And the
that would smell so
contents of
bad.
the Bork Hunter go just about everywhere, splattering
You spin
all
our jelly
over
beans
these
to
people.
yours.
And you ride that wave down, and they're completely incapable of
blood
defending themselves with all these toothpick arrow things in their mouth. And it's just a quick swing through. And there are broken skulls and blood and gray matter all over
We
the
did
street.
A bad job
Billy
not
Bork
killing.
looks absolutely
A
traumatized.
little toward a future hashtag cool room and boosted.
Oh,
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
champ. Billy Bork looks absolutely traumatized. Instead of running to you at this point, he's turned and is running full speed away from all of you. His little humming becoming incredibly panicked sounding as he flees.
come drink the red juice. Heal yourself.
Boosted.
Boosted abilities
boosted,
open.
baby.
Hey, with boosted abilities unlocked, Andy James, you are aware that there is a Joe's Diner exactly 500 meters from you.
That's close.
Wow.
Hey, that's
You don't know how you know that.
convenient. How do I know that?
Interesting.
I
But
feel
you
like
can feel it.
Town's probably not going to mess with us so much anymore.
You can feel exactly where it is. I mean, if you were further away, you might have trouble saying how far, But this close,
500
you could
meters.
just point at it and you know it's over there.
We can
You
never
just
find
know.
the Joe's spot, but she finds it every time.
Indeed.
Hey, I'm good at finding the spot.
I would hope you'd be an expert.
No. I've done a lot of hands-on study.
Sorry.
That was so good.
Oh my
That was
God.
so good. God, Brooke. That's great.
You're gonna have to probably zoom in, folks.
But just know,
That was disgusting.
yes,
That
yes,
was
it
great.
was.
That was great.
Oh man.
You look like you have
I feel like there's more. There's more.
more what?
There's more. The speech didn't go. Or the speech did go.
The speech did go.
The speech did
You
go.
look like you.
Oh,
You have
yes.
now 7 dead humans out here. One of them, a very unrecognizable Bork hunter.
But you look a little more enlightened than you did 5 minutes ago.
Yes, I think
You're
we all
glowing.
deserve
You're glowing.
milkshakes. I
Okay.
think we all deserve milkshakes
I
for the
want a
bloody,
milkshake.
bloody work we've done today.
Ooh, bloody
There's
milkshakes.
a Joe's Diner just over here.
I want out of this nightmare.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Let's go.
You go down the street following Betty Bork / Andy James, and she guides you through streets and into this back alley, worn down looking pub that's closed completely, and through it into the back room and down a cellar entrance, and inside it's like all the Joes you visited before, but it shouldn't be. I mean, this world is very primitive and backwards, but here inside the Joes, it is Joe's.
It's
There's the
Joe's.
counter, Hollywood is there, Cook is making milkshakes.
Ah, yeah.
If only you could find a way to make it so that you knew that this Joe's wasn't the target. Only there was a way.
Titan Force. Titan Force. Yes. Sorry. Maybe.
Hollywood is cleaning one of the tables, and Cook is in the back cleaning the kitchen. There are no other customers in this Joe's at the moment.
Refresh my memory here.
I haven't been here for a Joe's yet, so refresh all of my.
This is new for you.
Oh.
We've only been to one other one, and we
I've
You
been
have
one
to
once,
explain
I
it
got
to your
punched in the
friends.
face.
But are we in
Which,
here?
interesting enough, that you knew where a Joe's Diner was, having not been to a Joe's Diner.
My
Huh.
God, you're right.
You didn't even know what a Joe's Diner was, but you
I
knew there
mean,
was a Joe's Diner here.
Abby has many times. That's interesting.
Andy
Last
James
time-
knew right where it was.
There's some little co-pilot action happening there.
last time we were here, we had to redecorate it.
We had to mark it so we could tell this Joe's apart from all of the others.
That we
Even though
visited
they-
it.
So I'm gonna go Bork in the corner. Different kind of marking.
I mean, I don't
like
think
decorate it
that-
like under the sea. What do we?
Oh, Rosie shot her name into the side.
And
I
think
don't
they-
know. I don't know why that counted. I thought a new paint color, but
And they painted one of the others.
Oh, they
Cool. Can I get a
painted
milkshake while we're talking?
Oh, of course.
Fantastic.
Strawberry good?
Of course. How'd you know?
I'll make sure to give you the bendy straw so you can reach it.
But I was going to say, because
They're outlawed
we're
now.
still here as Borks.
Yes.
Yes.
The
yeah.
milkshake is as tall as you.
Cool. That's even better.
Yay.
Do you have a compostable straw? It's fine. I hate turtles.
So what's your plan for this Joe's?
Do we have to redecorate it? Do we
Yes,
have to
we-
remark it? Is that what we have to do to all of them?
Yes, we need to mark it somehow to differentiate it from the others, so that we'll be able to tell them all apart once Tom makes his inevitable move.
So the outside
So what
looks
if
like
we
a normal pub, and the inside looks like the diner.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm still
Change the
covered in
sign
goo,
to
right?
say
Oh, yeah.
Joe's
I'm just gonna do a
Borker.
flying Bork bounce
Joe's
right onto the wall.
Borker.
Make a little Bork print.
Come on! I'm gonna have to clean that. Stop it.
Cool.
What if we install some non-lethal traps? Essentially, you know, those Rube Goldberg machines. What if we throw a couple of those in?
What,
It
like
could be
a-
something to
Bork
entertain
knows
folks.
Rube Goldberg.
Well,
Oh,
no,
you're
but
from-
Wyatt
yeah,
does.
Wyatt does, yeah. Does he?
So explain your plan, what?
Well, want to just assemble as many tchotchkes and random things here that are still in Joe's.
Tchotchkes? How many
that
pieces
we
of
can.
flair?
There's gonna be a lot.
Okay.
I mean, Enough. Any
17?
restaurant.
Do any of you
Very
have an
minimum.
interior decorating
Bare
skill?
minimum.
Really?
An interior decorating skill. No, I have torture.
Covert ops?
I have culture.
I have knowledge, English lit. Oh, culture.
Culture, there you are.
Culture! I beat it by... Where's culture?
Many.
Yeah, by a lot. I beat it by 8.
Surprisingly, Brony seems to be quite adept at interior decorating.
I am really good at this. And I'm
Not the
full-
first time he's done this.
Oof, I am full of shake. So,
It's a good thing.
You're just gonna rearrange the.
well...
You know what?
yeah,
Forget it. Just you
Gonna get the feng shui going.
do whatever
Right?
you're gonna do.
Channel
just,
the
just-
power.
Just do whatever you can do.
Channel the power. I'm gonna move all the tables next to the kitchen away from the fucking kitchen because that's just terrible. Sick of that. You always put me in them. Just saying. Not bitter. Little bitter. Pretty bitter. Move those. Gonna reupholster the booths. They're sticky. I don't like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you finish
I don't
up,
know what he's
and
doing either.
about that moment, you kind of hear the chiming bell of the door opening. Someone coming into the Joe's. What are you doing here?
Looking for a milkshake?
Fine.
Looking for a job too.
Have a fucking motion.
Thanks.
Whatever, Rhodes.
Sitting at the table that's no longer by the kitchen doors. Amazing, isn't it? Nice, huh?
That is handy.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It
is,
does
I know.
flow much
Thank you.
better.
So, Hollywood. Borks.
Borks.
We've talked about that.
They came to the door.
They can look right. That's fine. Can I, So, let's see. That makes.
This feels a little OP. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
So, McFernan, right? James, Munson, Maxwell.
Yep.
Rhodes.
What?
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Let's see. Who have I talked to here
Do
before
all of you
all
lead
look
to
alike?
Rome? Nothing. How's it going?
It's going just fine, son. It's going fine.
Son? Son?
Oh, you have a
Son?
family?
So, these avatars are no good. I'm going to have to impound them. They do not belong, A, in a Joe's Diner, or B, anywhere outside of their own metaverse.
I'm fine with that.
So they are mine now. You are being evicted. This is going to jolt a little bit.
Bring it on.
Very well.
Your avatars are gone. You are standing in Joe's Diner yourselves.
Okay. So, this is not
Can't
just
have
for
that
you. This
anymore.
is also for all of your little friends back on your own metaverse.
Joke's on you, I don't have any friends.
You do.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Yeah, I'm specifically talking about the friends you're hiding out in the desert with right now, those friends. I would like you to pass along a message for me if you would, please. All right? You have now 3 days to cease and desist all metaverse travel by order of Metaverse enforcement, or face sanctions. Do we all understand?
God.
Kind of.
What did I just say?
3 days.
We're gonna
days.
face sanctions.
Sanctions.
3 days to
Santas.
do what?
Not travel.
Cease all metaverse travel,
Just sanctions.
or face sanctions.
Faces.
What does sanctions mean? To
That is something you don't want to find out, Miss James.
I do. I'm curious. I want to know the full ramifications of sanctions. I feel like people might ask me questions when I get back. And
They
I want
won't.
to be able to answer them.
There will be our version of prosecution.
It means we have like 2.9 days to putz around.
That's exactly what that means. So get your shit in order.
Okay, but we actually have some
Unfinished business.
big shit
Yeah.
that needs to get done. Or
Great.
it's
Does it
going to
have
go
anything
very
to do
badly.
with Ronald Zenda?
Do you have a ladle?
Zenda.
Do you know him? Do you know Zenda?
Heard
Here.
the name.
Heard the name. That's good. That's something.
No.
No.
Wait, do I?
That's fine. That's fine. I'll find
It's
it.
the name of the passed out guy back in Nevada.
Yeah.
The one who disappeared.
Oh.
I don't
didn't
want you
pay
to face sanctions. I want to be clear on that. Okay? I'm rooting for you guys.
You're having sex for us.
Okay, maybe you don't have any friends. That's fine.
Told you.
Let everyone know. And I don't mean everyone like in your world, I mean the pilots. Please. Next time we meet, it won't be as friendly.
Okay, but again, I have to, I really have to stress this.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get this taken care of.
We're really close.
Close to what?
So pretend
Breaking
I
the
haven't
entire
been
world?
here for a lot of these sessions because I
Saving the
haven't.
entire
What do we
According
have
to
do?
who?
What are we doing wrong?
Last
That's
time
what
I was
would
at this
like to
table,
know.
I was running robots, so it's
Well.
a completely different thing.
What are you doing wrong? Okay, in one of the places you've been, I have a flood that just chases people around all over the country. It's a
Okay,
flood.
that wasn't our fault.
That
That's
wasn't
global
us.
warming. That I know.
The cute, delightful little creatures of the forest here have suddenly turned murderous and had killed entire towns full of people.
That
Hey,
happened
everybody
before
came
we
back.
knew.
That is specifically
inside them.
your fault.
Well, I mean, is it though?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Also, you four are specifically in connection with the being known as the Tactical Operations Matrix, which
yeah, how is
is
Tom?
just giving me the roughest time right now.
What-
Yeah,
what-
I
not
don't know
super
if
Would you have
awesome.
any
Wait,
whereabouts?
Personally,
Yeah.
would
What
love
happened?
to be associated with him anymore.
Yeah, so
Tom bad?
Tom very bad.
You know what? I'm gonna let the four of you catch up.
Okay, ketchup. Hey, there's it. When I rearrange it, I put it on all the tables.
It doesn't
was-
stop.
No.
It
So
doesn't
what's
stop.
what's the Tom?
Stay out of this metaverse. Stay out of Borks. You have 3 days. You've been warned.
Just this metaverse.
Always stay out of this metaverse.
Always stay out of this
We're
metaverse.
done.
Yeah,
We're done.
yeah.
It's fine.
And stay
yes.
out of boards.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
In 3 days, cease all travel.
So
Like I can't
make
go see my
sure
mom.
We go somewhere good.
Stay out of the damn pods. Last warning.
So what if
This
it's
is
less
about
of a
eating
pod and
Thai.
more of a
And the
slab?
bell rings as
We're on the
Rhodes
tab,
disappears.
Could we?
Yeah,
can
screw
you
you,
put mine on
Rhodes.
this tab too, because it was a really good milkshake, but I
No.
don't have any.
So
What's with Tom?
So Tom's crazy.
Tom's evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom would have you kill your
Are
best friend.
we talking how evil?
Yeah, but Hal
Bigger.
convinced that he's righteous and a lot more than just one ship to play in.
I mean, Hal had some good ideas.
Tom doesn't.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So you know how when you're making logic laws for AI,
oh yeah.
you have to be real specific about the parameters you set?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so those parameters weren't set super awesomely for Tom.
Two
Uh,
laws compliant.
Basically just down to one.
Ooh, and it's himself, isn't it?
Well, it's
Damn.
protecting everyone.
Okay.
So,
So protecting everyone could mean killing them. Okay.
right.
That's a twisted sort of stupid. All right, let's.
Yeah,
which is why we're going to all the Joes, because Tom is supposed to end up at Joe's, right?
if he gets Joe's, he has access to everywhere.
So we're trying to find all the Joes and all the metaverses.
How many have we found?
We found this one, and then the other crew is finding another one, right? And then there's one more. There was 3 left, right?
If they found theirs,
If
that
they
would make
found
it
theirs.
a total of 4 with this one.
Yeah.
that's
So
been found.
now, do I understand this right? At Joe's, you can get anything.
You can get to,
No, you can get
to
to.
anywhere that a
You can get
Joe's.
to-
That's Joe's connects to. Joe's connects to.
But Joe's
people
don't connect
believe.
to other Joe's.
There's a lot of theories on it. No one's really sure. Some people say there's only one Joe's,
And then it exists in all the metaverses.
and that it exists
But
in all
we've
at the same
Well,
time.
marked
So-
Wendy.
But you've marked them.
But the things that you've learned very
recently.
recently show that there clearly are more than one Joe's as you have traveled to different ones and marked them. And in some of these metaverses that these other pilots that you went to, there were many Joe's in a single metaverse. Lots of them.
And in those cases, we only needed to get one of them, I believe.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if we
They were
mark-
very specific ones. The
Yeah.
possible locations that Tom was predicted to use through Colonel Jackson's future site.
So if we mark them, we know that
Okay,
he
I can't.
hasn't
I gotta
been
go
there.
Furiosa on this. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Oh, there
we
you go.
Ah,
That's
nice.
Great.
Yeah. It's they're too distracting.
Well,
And
then
they're no wor-
all
they're
the
no-
reason why I'm gonna keep mine. So if we visit and mark them, we know that he hasn't been,
Shiny and chrome.
nor will he be.
It would eliminate it from the list theoretically. That is the plan that was proposed.
Which is why we've been doing this and trying to go to these places.
All right, well,
And now we have 2.9 days to find the rest of them.
we should probably get on it. You want to see if maybe they've got like a directory in the back?
Hollywood.
I don't have a directory.
Do you have like one of those kids menus with a map on the back?
No, I don't keep a map here.
Hey, so I've only seen that guy who just came in. I've only seen him one other time, and that was when we were
Rhodes.
going through the sand, and we had, what's his name as an assistant, and he arrested us then.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sounds about right.
Don't exactly remember. Who does he answer to? That guy, Rhodes, you say. Who does he answer to?
Metaverse enforcement.
How big is his
Yes,
tab?
but who does he answer to?
Metaverse enforcement.
So a specific individual?
So can we bring down Metaverse enforcement?
This is really complicated and doesn't really exist where something that you know of yet. I can't really
Well, we know of it now.
explain it to you. You
Well, then why do we have to answer to him?
Metaverse should be free.
Look, I don't like the guy either. He's been after me for years. Swears up and down I'm up to no good.
You are overcharging for the fish sticks. But besides that, how big is his tab? I gotta know. He comes
Metaverse
from-
enforcement eats and drinks for free.
Oh, so it was just a joke
It's,
to get under his skin.
Yeah, it's passed down from the management.
I don't.
I don't have a
Wait,
say in it.
Who's your manager? Metaverse enforcement?
No, it's complicated.
Who's complicated? Have we found him yet?
Why do we have to listen to this guy?
I mean, look at
He
him.
won't explain punishments.
First of all, he
Right?
gave me a
He
milkshake.
won't-
I
He
mean, like,
won't
it
do-
could be anything from tickle, torture, to termination.
Or if anything,
You might want to
Said,
talk with
"I've
your friends
come to
about
tickle
that.
you."
with our friends.
Yeah, you might want to talk with your other friends about it. I think they might have a little better idea about this Rhodes character. A little more experience with him, if you know what I mean.
Well, and why do we have to answer to him?
Can you
It
track
could
him with
be
magic?
because he's just on that next level, and we don't have the juice to do anything.
Can you
I don't know about this dude at all, so
I mean, he took an assistant away from us, and that's the only other time I've seen him. So
Before you consider anything rash, you could consider that he just, waved his hand there and then, poof, no avatars. Might be something to think about.
yeah.
no, I mean obviously he knows things and can do things. I just
Now, bear in mind, I'm not saying we listen. I'm just saying we take him as a credible threat.
I'm saying we follow him. He
Can
seems to
we
know where
follow
Joe's
him?
are.
he does, doesn't he? He just showed up at this one.
For all we know, he showed up at all of them at once. I don't know. This is like
That's
one
a
of
really good point.
Winding roads
this is one of those things.
bring
Can you
me
call on
back
him? Like
All
if
roads
you
lead-
had trouble in your
I would not.
places, you would not by choice.
I would not knowingly invite Mr. Rhodes into this establishment of my own free will.
Well, if he's metaverse enforcement and you're part of the metaverse, if you had trouble, wouldn't you feel like you can call on him for him to help you?
Joe's Diner is outside of the jurisdiction of Metaverse enforcement.
And yet
Yet here he is,
Yeah.
taking away our avatars.
Metapilots are not. In fact, Metapilots are his.
They don't have popcorn
Jurisdiction.
shrimp, but he has those answers. That's fine.
I just.
Actually, they probably do have popcorn shrimp.
Well, I mean,
Made of real popcorn shrimp.
ooh.
Extra matter.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, checking in with the rest of the team and seeing what information they have,
It does seem like a good idea.
because
The way I see it, we don't have a lot of time.
no, we got to move on this one way or the
Hey
other.
Joe, you. Or sorry, hey Hollywood, you got time in the back? Is it next to the rosemary?
You'd have to ask Cook.
Hey Cook.
That was very sage wisdom.
Yeah, I'm sure he's never heard that joke before.
Parsley, what you did there.
Oh,
Ooh, wow.
Now look, son, food humor is rather cheesy.
Wow.
It's never Gouda.
no.
Man, that joke was great.
Hey, Don't try to compete with me. You only look like a ham.
Ooh.
I don't want no beef.
Matt, chicken?
No, actually, I don't care at all.
All right, all right, all right.
Man, just can't beat those puns.
Well,
Is another one gonna turn up?
for one, I am sick of them. So I think
Yeah.
we should follow your lead and contact our friends.
And back into the white light of the metaverse you go. We're going to end the story part of the episode here, but guess what? We have something very special happening tonight, guys.
Ooh.
We owe some waffles to you
So
guys.
many
Waffles, that's right. Zoe's famous waffles. And I think
And
some
it's
people
a good thing we're in a diner
even
to serve
actually
them.
managed to get them written. It is
Some did.
amazingly
Some
so.
people got some of them written.
Some people
got
managed
some
to
of them
pull
written.
Some people got called into work and did not write.
Right, yeah.
Some people don't write anything.
Wait, did nobody do one?
Well, we all should check because, you know, I did invite someone else who might be...
Not gonna make it.
Oh.
no.
There was a sickness.
Oh, I wasn't filled in on that part.
I was going to do that and forgot.
Were they down?
Okay.
Down with
That's
the
on me.
sickness.
No worries.
Ooh,
Well, I did intend to do every single one of the waffles
No,
tonight.
hers is gonna be done on the 15th. We already talked about it.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
so we're gonna do
There you go.
some of them this evening, and then some of them on the 15th on our final episode of this season.
Oh man.
It's going to be one action-packed event.
Full of carbs.
Full of carbs. Glorious,
We're gonna
glorious carbs.
We are going to spike your insulin response.
Oh, I believe you would need an
With
instrument, sir.
entertainment.
All right, so what do you got?
Oh, yeah, you go ahead and go first.
Why?
No, I'm...
I've got stuff to get ready.
I,
So it's all you. It's
no,
all you.
give me a minute. Stop this.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
You know how much I hate doing this. I can't believe I had to do one of these.
It was almost a rap song. Remember that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose. I ended up getting stuck with like, but was it pop country or something similar?
Okay, okay.
And I do not play a non-percussion musical instrument, and so it does not very lend itself well to this sort of performance.
Oh no, this is fine.
Oh, wow, I can't believe I'm doing
Nice,
this shit.
that's good. Nice, good. I hate to make up a little-
I will try not to absolutely sound atrocious, but this really isn't a reward for our audience. This is more of a punishment and
Well, then put
For
on
all
the
of us.
horns.
Are punishment.
Put on the horns.
for all of us. Oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this crap.
Oh.
Thanks, guys. That really just uplifted it and made it seem wonderful. And the worst part is this is going to be on the internet forever.
It's okay, nobody's watching.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Was just this morning, my tour was over, my orders followed, fulfilled duty. I'm going home across the ocean to see my friends and family. They'll place my body beneath the green grass. They'll fold a flag to honor me. They'll fire rifles into the sky and place a cross at my head. They'll tell my children I was a soldier. They'll tell my father that I died clean. They'll tell my mother that they're so sorry. They'll tell the world I'm a casualty. I'm going home across the ocean to see my friends and family. It was just this morning, my tour was over, my orders followed, fulfilled duty.
Yay.
Okay, so who was that for and what was it about? I mean, I heard the
It was
words.
the country pop about flying home for Infraang.
Okay, and Infraang also has another waffle.
He does have another one in
Oh,
there
wow.
somewhere.
But this one I need help with this one.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we need to do?
Well, this is a rock song and it's about hiking.
All right.
I don't have any lighter.
No, but there's like a little like a beginning part where I go, "What do you want to do?" and you say, "Hike."
Okay.
Great.
And we do that like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Right? So let me see if I can. I haven't written any music to any of this because I didn't have a guitar with me until I got here.
Oh no.
And then I couldn't find it once I got here.
Oh no.
Like that. What do you want to do?
Hike.
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 Why? Why? Have you ever wanted to walk in the woods
I do.
near rivers, cliffs, and streams?
Yeah.
But not with a purpose. Not with a purpose at all. Just walking to walk some more.
Sounds like
So
hiking
you
to me.
can turn around and walk back again.
Just suspend disbelief for a minute. Yes, I do this all the time.
So what do you want to do?
Hike.
What do you want to do?
Hike.
What do you want to do?
Hike.
Why?
Sorry, audio.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, what? Do you think that's spiked?
Nah.
There's a possibility. There's a possibility.
That was
That
fantastic.
spiked a little bit.
That was absolutely fantastic.
So that was the hiking. That was the hiking one. This one I didn't actually write a song for, or really any lyrics to the song,
Oh, okay.
because I don't know. This is a song about Ultraman,
Oh.
which has been around since forever,
Yeah.
and was kind of the basis for
Pretty much since America did the thing.
pretty much since
Yeah.
America did the thing a long time ago. Japan has had Ultraman.
Yes.
We can't take credit for it, really.
No, I wouldn't want to.
It's not really a good way to take credit anyway.
So this is
I made that child an orphan.
Jesus Christ.
Look, it's been a dark show.
Yes. You can't make a corpse an orphan.
It's not like AC Race. How many of these have you watched, AC? That seems like so many. There's so many Ultramen. Mans.
Ultraman?
Ultrasmen?
Ultrasman.
Ultrasman?
Ultrasman.
Ultrasman.
Gigantor.
So
Wait,
it's-
no, that's the wrong one.
Why do they call me Ultraman? You should probably know.
Why?
When I push the button on my beta capsule, I can grow and grow
So babies.
to a height of exactly 40 meters. Unless it's 50 meters, which they actually said in episode 40 for no good reason.
He's the Apache chief of Chicago.
I weigh 35,000 tons and fly 5 times the speed of sound. Even though in my theme song it says 3.
Wait,
I know.
so do they ride him? The
Right.
powerful Mach 5?
I can jump 2,600 feet straight up.
That's cool.
And lift anything not named Skyden.
It's true.
Okay.
Story reasons. And my specium ray is bomb. Yes, my specium ray is so fucking bomb. My specium ray kicks all of the ass when I make the sign of the cross. 'Cause I'm Ultraman. Original Ultraman.
Not that.
Not Ultraman Jack. No. Not Ultraman Ace. Or Zafi or Ultraman 80. Or Ultraman Taiga, or Ultraman Taro, or Ultraman Leo, or Ultraman Zero, or Ultraman Next, or Ultraman Noah, or Ultraman Dark to the Ultra Bros. I'm original Ultraman.
Oh, gee.
There you go. And that is basically the entire Wikipedia page for the first series of Ultraman.
Great, that's fantastic.
Hey, we managed to get half of them knocked out.
That's right.
That's a
Yeah.
dent in waffles. And yes, Pax
And I
is
promise
pointing
I'll
out.
finish mine. I promise.
Yeah.
Waffles
In
didn't have
chat.
dents, they'd be pancakes.
Pax has pointed out in chat that yes, Zoe Game Night this week will not be happening because of the American Independence Day, which some people
What?
choose to celebrate and some people do not. But I would allow people to spend time with their families for one, and also roads and transit on that day, getting to and from anywhere
Oh, yeah.
sucks, and I don't want to put you guys
Yeah, roads
in
is
a
a
community.
special son of a bitch on that day.
Roads.
I don't want to put you in a
There we
position
go.
where you're commuting on a holiday
Oh, good.
because it sucks.
Well, thanks for the day off, Jams.
Plus, I haven't had a day off and I can't remember when, and I'm gonna not do anything.
I'll
Do
be at
it.
my
Fair.
restaurant for 14 hours straight.
Do it.
I didn't do anything.
It's
Didn't
one of
Do
the
it.
only days of the year that the bar I work at is closed.
It's the only day of the year that the bar you work at is closed.
Yeah.
I know, because I work at that bar.
Uh-huh.
So I am not going to work that day.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna be within 2 blocks of Gasworks Park and hating my entire life.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks
I'm
a
not
lot.
fond of gasworks. I used to go there for EMP practice.
I mean,
Oh.
it's a super cool park. It's not a super cool park when they're lighting off fireworks there.
Yeah.
I like 10 things I hate about you.
I only liked 9 of them.
It's true. It's true.
And then, of course, I'm going to remind people after we end on the 15th, the following week, we're going to do a fun little Metaverse hour or so with
Kind of an honesty hour thing.
yeah, kind of an honesty hour. And yeah, you will most definitely be able to ask questions. We can clear up some things, and some things will, of course, remain secret. But, what fun would it be if we told you everything?
All we need to really say is there's going to be more, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, there is going
And
to be
it
more.
looks like we might be doing a very special game night next week because we got the JQ4 Kickstarter is coming to a close the day after.
JQ4
Oh, yeah.
Kickstarter,
So
you say?
it looks like Ben's got something a little planned, and he might be here in studio, and we might have a very special game night with a JQ themed game of some
You
kind.
hear that?
It's a
And-
possibility. I'm nothing set in stone yet. I was just talking to him about it. He thought it might be fun.
Hopefully there might be something coming out soon as well with your lovely face.
Oh
in it.
yeah, how's that going, by the way?
Well, I haven't been at my computer for
Right, I read
a
something
week
about
and
that.
a half
Yeah.
because I'm selling my house.
Oh, buddy,
It sucks.
that does
Yeah.
suck.
It
Does anyone
sucks.
want to
You wanna buy a house?
house?
Buy it, let me live in it and edit for like just a week. Just a week. I hate it.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
the
bud.
worst. It's not the worst.
The house is the worst.
Well, no, the house is great. Jesus Christ, man, come on, try this out.
The house is amazing.
The house is fantastic.
You
I'm
would
just not
be
allowed.
lucky.
I'm not allowed in it, and that's why it's so good.
That tracks.
Yeah, yeah. I've never cleaned my house this much, and I'm really not cleaning my house. I'm cleaning someone else's. They just haven't found it yet.
Aww.
Oh,
But hey, guys, don't miss Metaverse
Don't
next
miss it.
week. There are only 2 episodes left this season. Just 2. And so much to do in those 2 episodes. I wonder what's
lots to
going to
get done.
happen next. You'll have to stay tuned and find out. We love you all. Good night.
Love you.
See you next
I
time.
had a baby. I
Thanks,
couldn't
y'all.
afford a house. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
Eyebrows.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.